Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the James Brown Podcast. I'm your host Raj, and with me as always is my co-host Spencer.
Oh, you're just the sweetest!
You know, listen to the podcast and that last week's podcast and listening to you saying, I'm always with you over and over again. Our relationship felt a little bit closer than usual.
No, man, that's weird. We're already too close. Our arms and legs, well, not right now, are touching. And it's just too much, man. If we weren't wearing t-shirts, our arm hair would be entangled.
We're not wearing t-shirts, we're wearing sweaters. Well, I'm wearing a t-shirt under mine, but...
Well, if we were bare-skinned, we would entangle. Ew.
Do you even have much arm hair? Has the pool taken that away too?
Yeah.
It has, wow.
I know, the pool has taken away my manliness. Not really, though. I still have my... Whoa, that's a lot of arm hair.
Yeah, like
holy
a real
cow.
man.
You could get lost in that.
Someone's told me that before. I can't remember who, though.
Probably some man.
I'm tired.
Me too. So we were up till 4 a.m. playing League, losing bitterly. We were 5 losses.
I have this rule, and I have imposed this rule on Spencer, is that you don't stop playing until you win. And this rule has caused me a lot of late nights.
The problem was me. I'm not very good at League. I play once a week.
The main problem is that you kept disconnecting, and I have no idea why.
I think it's the Mac client. I might just go back to doing Windows.
I use the Mac client. I was fine.
Your computer is significantly better than
It's a really good computer. I like it.
Oh, get out of here.
So I have had the most difficult and busiest week I've had in this entire year of 2014.
Tell me about it.
So, like I've said before, I work every weekend. Got to pay for school somehow. And I'm taking an artificial intelligence course. And the way it works is every 2 weeks you have to build a representation of new AI techniques that you learned. So last week I had to make a Tamagotchi, which shows off finite state machines, if you're doing it right. So here's the problem, is that I also had to study for midterm at the same time. So it would be morning study for midterm, and then night go to work. But then I get home late, and then I'm really tired and I don't want to do homework. So what I did was, instead of doing work at work, in between like actual work where people were watching me, I would write code on like a piece of paper. And I spent my entire shift doing that, and I wrote most of the Tamagotchi. And then I forgot it all at work. So I had to go home and write it from scratch. It was so irritating.
Well, at least you went through the process already. It's kind of like writing an essay and then you remember what your flow is.
Yeah.
Sort of.
So I finished the Tamagotchi on Sunday. Yeah. I finished that on Sunday. And then Tuesday I had a midterm, which was, it's like a logic class, but with English. It's really weird. It's like you get English sentences, and you have to make logical equations out of them, and prove if they're valid or not, and if they're sound arguments.
Sounds like, is it coding?
No, it's not.
Oh, weird.
It's
Sounds like coding.
There was like one question I had. It was like, if you pass the blood test, we'll get married unless we fight again. And the equation I came up with that was like, tilde F horseshoe, B horseshoe, M.
What the heck are you saying?
That's what the equation was. That's a logical equation for that question.
What is a horseshoe?
A horseshoe it either means if then or unless.
So this is a coding class.
Kind of. But not really. There's no coding involved. Anyway, I had an exam for that. And the thing is, one of the things that he has us go through in that class is, by the way, the teacher for this class is old as dicks. This guy's like a dinosaur. I'm surprised he's even standing. But he, sorry, Tim. But he gives you a sentence and he says, what does this mean conversationally? And what does it mean implicitly? And one of the questions was like, all that is gold does not glitter. What? What are you pointing at? What are you pointing at?
The mic stand. Right there. Toby.
He's returned! The fly!
I don't really understand how he's still alive, since Janelle keeps telling me that flies die when they act like that. He's still alive, man. He's chilling on a mic stand. Tobe-kun. I chose that one.
I choose Greg.
What? Tobe is so much... I like Tobe better than Greg.
I still think Gregory is a good name.
No, like, he just came up with an alliteration for what your thing means.
Yeah, it's good.
Tobe sounds great. It's like Toby, but Tobe. I like it. Well, since it's my house and my fly.
Oh.
Tobe.
Wait, he doesn't belong to anybody.
Yeah, but he's Tobe-kun.
Fine. It's
Tobey-kun.
Tobey. I'll give up.
He's
on
gonna
it.
die soon, though. I think he's already. Oh, nope. Okay. Anyways,
He's moving around just to prove you wrong. So I guess this is our official pet. Sorry, Joey the hamster. You suck.
no, he's sleeping. He's fat and cute. He's much more Hamtaro-ish mascot-y than Tobey-kun, the ugly dying fly. What kind of a catchphrase is that? The episodes will last like one episode unless they try to pull it along like a Ghibli movie.
So basically, what something means conversationally and explicitly means what does it mean up front, but what is the secondary meaning?
So like every time we talk to each other.
Kind of. So like one question was, I never thought I'd go to Antarctica, which the implicit meaning is I never thought I'd go to Antarctica. I never thought I'd go there. The conversational meaning was or whatever the secondary meaning, it doesn't matter what you call it, is you've either gone or are going and you never thought you would go. And the thing is, my team for my project that I'm doing consists of 3 immigrants from China and 1 immigrant from the Philippines, but the Filipino, he's pretty good at English. The 3 immigrants from China, not so much. So they have a really hard time with stuff like that. They're like, double meanings doesn't make any sense. English is a stupid language. And I finished the exam in 40 minutes. They took 3.5 hours.
Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for them.
I feel pretty bad for them. It's pretty rough. So then I had another assignment due where I had to write a research proposal. You've had to do that before, right? Write a research proposal?
Yes.
Proposal.
They're really annoying.
They're so boring. And they take so much work. If you ever have to write a research proposal, I feel for you, bro. It sucks. Or sis, if you're a girl.
Sis.
And then yesterday we had our league thing. And we played the Clan at VN together.
Yeah, we did. That was fun. We sat down with Georgie.
Who fell asleep.
And Rajpreet was, because we didn't download the downloadable content pack that let Tomoyo have a voice. Tomoya have a voice.
Yeah.
Tomoya have a voice. And so Raj was Tomoya, and I was the kind of third person announcer, sort of. Tomoya walks down the hallway. There's nobody around, kind of thing. And Georgie was the quotations within the third person announcing things for other people, which never happened. So Georgie fell asleep. But it was really funny because every time a choice would come up, we'd do the majority rule to decide where we went. And I was very adamant that we would follow the anime storyline because I wanted to go at the beginning when Nagisa's eating bread by herself in the courtyard and Tomoya goes down to sit with her. I was like, yeah, let's go see her. And it was just voted down 3-1 because Ray came over to just completely ignore her. So
I like it. I like it a lot.
But
we ignored Rio too.
But yeah, we totally shut Rio down. That felt so bad. But we went down the Tomoyo route.
So far.
Yeah.
Well, we talked to her.
And we had a really awkward exchange with the library girl, Kotori. Is it Kotaro?
Yeah, it's Kotori.
Kotori,
I
yeah.
remember her name. Clan is a good game.
It's fun.
I forgot how weird the visuals look in the visual novel.
Oh my gosh.
Compared to the anime. I completely forgot.
They're like, George is like, why are they so weird?
He says, and it's a legitimate complaint. Why are their eyes so far apart?
And twisted and tilted. I was like, you get used to it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much exactly what I said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
But their eyes are like big pools of weird, dollish misery. That's like every key animation.
Yeah.
But, Little Buster's a little better in that regard. But still.
So today, I know you'd be thinking, Raj, you have the day off. You can relax. Yeah, no. See, I have this podcast, first of all, which, it's good. I like doing it.
I gave you the option.
I know, but I have to stay true to these fans. And besides, it's our own fault.
Yeah, it is our own fault. We
We're
put
playing
it
League so much.
I should have went to bed.
And B, I'm actually throwing a LAN party at my university today, and so I have to do that, and that's going to drain me. And then tomorrow, oh man, the day I'd like to sleep in. For once, I got a morning shift instead of a closing shift.
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah, except I don't get to sleep.
Oh.
So there's that. And then we're doing D&D.
When does morning shift end?
It depends on when you start.
Do you think you get morning shifts more often?
No, I rarely get them.
But what if you do? Then the Saturday thing would work great.
Would it, though?
Yeah. When do you get off?
Like 3
Yeah.
p.m.?
Oh, that doesn't work. Never mind.
Come on, man.
I'm tired, man. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a busy week.
It's a beautiful day, and I can't help
There
he
not
is!
so beautiful.
On top of the
Who
chair.
cares about the fly?
But look, he's on top of the chair.
The fly was last week. Let's
Did he
move
die?
on. Who cares?
It's a beautiful day, and I can't help myself from smiling. If it's drinks you want, I'm buying.
I don't know what this song is.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah, I don't like him.
He's great.
Overrated.
What? What?
You know what I got called yesterday? An anime hipster.
Yeah.
I got called an anime hipster because I said Haruhi is overrated, which it is.
It is.
And because I don't like sword art.
Me neither.
For obvious reasons.
Ooh, that latest episode. Did you watch it?
I did, but I can't say anything bad about it. I have to keep true. I gotta keep true to what I said.
How are you going to do that?
It's gonna be difficult, but I'll try. What else did I say was overrated? There was another series that was really popular that I said was completely overrated. But yeah, so they call me.
Black Bullet?
I've been called an anime hipster. No,
I'm just kidding.
I accept it. I guess.
Speaking of overrated,
if it's bad, it's bad.
Did you hear that Taylor Swift accidentally released 8 seconds of white noise static as an EP, and it became the top #1 grossing song in Canada?
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was a free trial download, I guess.
It's pretty funny.
It became the most popular song in Canada, and all it was 8 seconds of silence. And one of the fans was like, it sounds like white noise or maybe the ocean. Oh, Taylor. And I was like, you freaking idiot. She made a mistake. Don't try to oh my gosh.
People always do that though.
Oh, and in Smash Brothers news, 8-player Smash has been announced, which me and my boss were talking, and my boss loves Smash. Clan Wars, man. Think about it.
So the stupidest thing is that I learned about this from our line conversation, and you and Ray were having an argument, and Ray was like, Raj won't care about this at all. And you were like, Raj, what are you talking about? Raj is going to love it. I'm like, why are you arguing about me? So I come in, I'm like, dude, this is amazing. And I totally shut Ray down. Because 8-player Smash, yes, please.
And Ray was like, Ray has the stupidest arguments.
It's so, oh my god, it was so funny.
So stupid. So I'm sitting here like, dude, 8-player Smash, we're so excited. He's like, so what? Like, Ray, if Ray isn't the center of something awesome, he feels like he's threatened. I've seen this anime character before, and he tries to cut it at the knees. Every time. And so we're sitting there, and I'm like, dude, 8-player Smash is so fun, we're gonna have so much fun, and he's like, when do you ever have 8 people over at once? And I was like, he's like, do you even have 8 people like Smash in your life? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, we never play Smash. I'm like, dude, you're not my only friend. Like, I'm sorry to let you know that, but it's true. And I'm like, dude, you could play with 5 people, not just 8. That's amazing. 5 people. Like, I have a group of 5 people who we liked Smash, and we could all play together. He's like, oh, they play Smash? Why do they suck? And I'm like, because not everyone plays Smash to be the best, you elitist prick. And he's like, oh, well, I don't even own the game and I'm better than that. I'm like, Ray, shut up. Just shut up. It's so annoying. And then you meet in person, and he's the most humble, quiet.
He's not humble at all. He's just quiet.
He's just quiet and shy. But over line, he just unlocks his rage.
He's an internet warrior.
I need you to be. Oh yeah, he's a keyboard warrior. He said, "I need you to be there for me, man. I can't balance. I get so mad with Ray and his ridiculous antics. I can't do it."
But when it came to the Mewtwo news, he and I were
I'm on the same boat as you. I don't really understand. I hate paid DLC, but I'm a sucker for it. I just bought the Mario Kart DLC.
Here's the thing. If it wasn't for the fact that the game was already delayed, and even if it's delayed, that's fine. If there's clones, that's the big thing that pisses me off. There's multiple clone characters, but they make you pay for a real character.
Yeah,
bull.
Here's my reaction to that. Is I understand that clone characters are easier to make because you just have a slight twist. You already have the model. You just do some coloring changes. Then you got to do a slight rebalancing, and then you put them in. Fine. Pad the roster if you want. So you can say you have 42 characters or whatever it is. But if you didn't have Dr. Mario, well, Dr. Mario's kind of a legitimate character because he's got a fan base. But if you took out Lucina, Dark Pit, and I don't know, took out those 2 characters, you could have used that time to actually get Mewtwo into the game. I think it's fully possible.
Yeah.
But now, if you own the Wii U version,
especially since it's already been delayed,
and the 3DS version, you'll get him as a free.
Which is complete bullcrap.
But everybody is guesstimating that it's going to be paid DLC. Now, Ray's argument was,
it's not confirmed to be paid?
I haven't heard anything about confirmation.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be paid.
But Ray's biggest thing was I totally blanked what I'm going to say. You keep going. I totally blanked.
I think what they'll do, because there's no way, if they release him as a singular character, it'll be complete crap. Yeah. They'll probably release him as a pack with either maps or more characters.
Yeah.
And if they do, if they really give you, I don't know, let's say 4 characters for $5, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Look, Mario Kart, okay, is an amazing game. It sold as a complete package. Fantastic. They released DLC that introduces, 4 to 5 new characters, albeit some like Tanuki Mario and Cat Peach. I get it. It's kind of stupid. But you get Link and villager, I think.
And you get a bunch of Hyrule stages.
And you get 16 new stages.
Yeah. How much is that too?
That was only like $10.
Yeah, that's
See,
good.
that's what Nintendo does. That's why I was like talking to Ray, like, it's no big deal. It's not like they're EA or anything. They're not going to milk their people dry.
We'll see about that.
I just think that Smash, and if they have one paid DLC character or pack, that means there'll be another one. That means Smash won't die.
Smash, aside from Pokemon, is the only Nintendo series that I love. Like, I don't really care about Mario all that much, and I don't really care about Metroid. I don't really care about Zelda. But Pokemon and Smash, I'm all over that.
What brings
so
people together more than Smash?
Really don't want them to screw it up.
Yeah. I mean, there's those big games like League and Dota and all those big games that more elitist people can play together and have fun. But get a bunch of noob casuals, plebs, into the one room, and they're playing Smash. And it's fun. Like, you may not be good, but there's a chance you might land a Warlock punch and just destroy everybody. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh! Like, how many moments have you guys had that are awesome with Smash Brothers?
Or Pikachu just spam your down B.
Oh, the down B. Oh, it hurts. Or you get a good Falcon punch in there.
Oh, dude. Finally connecting a Falcon punch for the first time and killing someone with it was an amazing feeling. I had a friend who played a game of Smash, only reverse Falcon punching for the entire game.
Jumped, turned, and...
Yeah. And he finally, at like the end of the game, hit somebody, and then he just put his controller down and said, I'm done.
Oh, jeez. What a guy.
It was awesome.
His life has been... Oh, okay. That's awesome. So, and needless to say, 8 people on one screen, and I think they're doing it pretty well. What I was saying about clan battles is, with custom moveset in Brawl, Smash 4, you can kind of edit your character's special moves to change the balance of his skills. Like, he'll get more attack, but his defense will lower. He'll get more speed, but his jumping will be lower. All that kind of give and take. So if you, with a group of 4 people, if they actually make 8-player Smash a big thing in tournaments, if 4 people went in and the stage is big enough, because they just announced that Temple's in there, like the Temple.
They'll never take out Temple. It's
yeah,
iconic.
But it wasn't in 3DS version, so everyone was freaking out.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But think about it. Temple, 8 people? It's finally going to be used.
Pretty good.
The death pit is not going to be just a death pit. People are going to be up there, over there, and they added these big, like, this weird stage that's like 2 panes. Like, it's a Donkey Kong stage, so like one person's in the background and one person's in the foreground, and you go like barrels to jump between them. Really weird. And like, okay, what's the big deal about Kirby Cave Offensive? Have you heard about that?
Nope.
Great Cave Offensive? I don't know. Anyways, whatever. You want to start talking about anime? I love Smash, and we can get very...
I love Smash so
We can get
much.
very misdirected here.
I have a story to tell.
Go ahead.
You were involved in this story. So 2 weeks ago, I got off work. It's a Saturday night. I kind of feel like doing something. Because it's Saturday. And I get a phone call from this girl. And she says, come over to my place. And I said, okay, I just need to finish this essay and I'll be right there. Which I do. I actually finished my essay. And I patted myself on the back and said, good job, Raj. You did an essay first. You didn't succumb to having fun first. So, I go over to her place. It's like 9 p.m. Things are going well, having some fun. And then she gets a phone call. Okay? It's her best friend. By the way, girls, their phones go off constantly. All the time. I found this girl's phone at my school, and so I held on to it for a day until I could get it back to her the next day. And it went off every 5 minutes with like either Facebook messages or texts or calls or like Snapchats. Just constantly it was going off. And my phone goes off every once in a while, and that's usually because I disable almost every single push notification possible.
Except Line.
Line is the only notification, and emails and text. Those are like the only 3 that go through.
But Line can get rough.
Yeah, Line gets rough with Ray. With his stupid sticker spam. So, her phone's going off constantly. Anyway, her best friend calls. She picks it up. Her best friend's like, I haven't seen you in like a week or something. I guess it's a long time. And she's like, I'm coming over and I'm bringing my boyfriend. And I was like, what? And then,
I'm so proud of this guy.
And then she, so the girl I was with, she's like, okay, people are coming. I have to go change.
Is that the girl in the picture?
Yeah. So she changes. And then we're sitting here and we're waiting for these people to show up. They don't show up for an hour. Like, I'm like, how far away does this girl live from you? And she's like, I don't know, 10 minutes. Like, come on. Like, I'm waiting because we don't want to really do anything else until they get here. So the girl comes over and she brings her boyfriend, who's this like 6'5", super buff black dude with the dumbest haircut I've ever seen in my life. But
Was it like this?
no, it was worse. But from first impressions, he seemed like a pretty nice guy. So he sits down, they sit down on their own couch, we sit down on our couch. And then, so she and her are having a conversation, and I notice this dude has a deck of cards, and he's shuffling them, and he's shuffling them, and he's shuffling them. And he's shuffling in a way that the suits are facing me. And I'm just thinking to myself, who brings cards to somebody's house when you don't know if you're going to play cards? That's really weird. So I get bored of this conversation. That guy's not talking at all. So I just start texting Spencer. I'm like, yo, I'm at this girl's house. And for some reason, there's a guy shuffling cards. And Spencer's like, dude, he wants to show you a magic trick. I'm like, no, he doesn't. That's ridiculous. He doesn't want to show me a magic trick. And you said, just ask him. Just ask him. I'm like, no, of course, I'm not going to do that. No. And you're like, he wants you. He wants you to ask. And I said, I'm not going to ask him. 1 hour goes by. And he's still shuffling. He shuffled nonstop for a whole hour. Now this, like, after an hour, I got bored of Reddit, I got bored of Twitter, I got bored of Facebook. I had ran out of options. So I said, what the hell? And I asked him, I don't know his name, let's call him Tony. Hey, Tony, you want to show me a magic trick or something? And then Tony looks up, and he's like, yeah. And I was like, no way. And then I immediately regretted my choice because, first of all, I didn't expect him to say yes. And said, well, now I was forced to take part in a magic trick. And the thing is, he sucked. He failed. He failed at magic. He completely messed up the trick. And I texted you, I'm like, dude, how did you know? And you're like, I just know the type. What do you mean you know the type? You encounter people who shuffle decks of cards in your face often?
There's a guy who used to go to like high school with us, but didn't really hang out with us, and he would just it's just a stereotype. Shuffling, like, who brings out cards and shuffle? I used to know a magician, Billy.
Yeah, I remember Billy.
He shuffled cards all the time, hoping somebody would ask. They're like puppies, man.
At least Billy was good at magic.
Yeah, he was great. He was actually unreal.
He was ridiculous.
He made it on the front page of the paper, winning a first place award in Vancouver. He's well on his way.
The first day I met him, he did a trick where he gave me a deck of cards. I took a card, I signed it, and he did a bunch of crap. He's like, look, he gave me the deck of cards. He's like, look for the card. And I looked at the card, I'm like, it's not here. He's like, check in your wallet. I was like, what? I was sitting, by the way, so I sit up, take my wallet out of my pocket. It's in my wallet.
Signed and everything.
It was signed. How does that happen?
I don't know. He's done some crazy crap.
That's unreal.
That I don't... Yeah, that... What? That doesn't
I was sitting on my wallet. How did it get there? Oh, man. Magic like that's pretty cool.
But how does it even... Whatever. Not even going to bother.
So, Tony, thank you for wasting an hour of my life.
Thanks, Tony.
Eventually, they did leave, and then, we got to do stuff again. And then I went home at like 3 a.m. It was good. Except for that small gap in the middle was pretty good.
That sucks, man. I hate it when obtrusive people come in and just
it's so annoying. She just invites herself over.
It's like when people like come to your house when you're trying to sleep and knock on your door and expect you to open it.
Dude, you got more sleep than me. I don't know. I'm just better at being tired than you. I don't know what it is.
You're better at operating at a subhuman level.
Yeah. What's the regular amount of sleep for you?
Me?
Yeah.
8 to 9 hours.
Okay, mine is 4 to 6.
That's horrendous. You're going to die early.
I mean, we're all going to die eventually.
Yeah, but earlier.
How early are we talking?
Like 65. You want to get to retire.
I can retire at 40.
Who says that?
Me.
Can you give me some of your money then? At least retire at 50 and share the love, okay? My goodness. Can we talk about anime now?
Yeah, let's talk about anime.
Okay.
So, let's start with a really good series, Amagi Brilliant Park Episode 4, Shut It Down.
We're gonna shut it down!
All you need is skill. All you need is skill. All you need is skill. So...
Definitely not the theme of this episode.
This was the episode where... Okay. Isuzu, which is not what they call it. They call it by your last name.
Miss Isuzu.
Which is what? Sentai, I think? Whatever. Isuzu... God damn it, Rudy. This is the episode where she basically finds her place. You find out that she's like really, really bad at negotiating and doesn't compromise. And the reason is good is that she's a soldier. And I like that. And really the romance between her and Seiya actually kind of takes off in this episode. And at the same time, so does the romance between him and Latifa.
The harem is real.
Kind of. But the girls, the like the water spirit and the others, the elemental girls.
They're just there for show.
Yeah, exactly. They're not really there for him. And then, but whenever on their screen, I'm like, yes.
Especially the ditzy one, right?
Actually, I like the water one better. Because she actually has more of a personality than, look at me, I'm an airhead.
Mm-hmm.
I like this episode. It's a typical episode though. Like the flooding thing has happened in a lot of anime and will continue to happen for the rest of eternity. But this one didn't really do anything special.
What was with the intense camera fades going on in this episode?
I don't know. But it was the only... How do I put this?
Or blurs.
The way that Amagi Brilliant Park does it is pretty much the same as every other series, so it's not really special in that regard. But it's the characters that make it interesting because the characters are unique and they're cool, and I like them all. Mawful's downplayed in this episode, but he still has like a serious role.
The Fairy of Music, the sheep. Oh, he's funny. I like him. When he was like, "Here comes the tide," he's like all like this super serious man face and everything.
I think it's a good series.
I like that we get to be introduced to his fear of heights, but I kind of found it cheesy that his fear of heights was because he was flying too high as a professional showbiz actor, and he was scared of falling.
Oh, I didn't get that.
And I was like, ew.
I was like, it's a fear of heights. It just happens to people.
I have a fear of heights. I understand. But I rode a Ferris wheel with Janelle and was totally fine, so I call bunk.
Ferris wheels never scared me, even though I was afraid of heights. It was always like roller coasters and stuff.
This is what I tell Janelle. I'm like, look, I'm afraid of heights. If a human was not designed to go there, so I'll go roller coasters and Ferris wheels and bungee jumping.
But humans aren't designed to go there.
Yeah, but it's the thing that I'm doing is designed to hold me and keep me safe.
Okay.
Going on a roof and doing roofing? No, thank you. Because I feel like that's not a good idea. Or like climbing up big trees because it's fun? Nope. No thanks. Not going to do that either. Or looking out over the Grand Canyon at the bottom. Oh, I'm past the railing.
I don't know if I've told this before on the podcast, but I got over my fear of heights because when I was 13, my friends forced me to ride this one really high ride over and over that I was terrified of. And they made me ride it so much that I just became numb to the fear. And I'm no longer afraid of heights thanks to that. It was horrible because I was like borderline tears because they kept making me go on it. But
what ride?
Peer pressure, man. It just does that to you. It was that ride that like starts off like this, like it spins this way, right? But then it lifts up, so eventually you're spinning vertically.
What ride?
It's at the Playland. I don't remember what it's called.
The octopus ride?
No, it's not the octopus. Octopus is slow as dicks. This one's actually goes pretty fast.
Oh, the merry-go-round. Sorry, I'm belittling your story.
Did you ever ride the Dragon roller coaster at Playland?
Dragon Soul!
That was last week. Get over it.
No.
No?
I've only been to Playland like once in my life.
Really? You should take Nell. It's a good date place.
She doesn't like raw rides.
What?
Mm-hmm. She's afraid of them.
Okay.
I've been trying for 4 years, man.
That sucks, man.
Yeah. But it's not bad. It's just don't go. Saves you money.
Legitimately sucks.
I do other things. Plus, it's definitely not Playland season anymore. It's like pouring rain all the time. That's true. That is what happened in Amagi Brilliant Park. Nobody goes to the park because it's raining.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, buddy. And so they're all worried. And the count is not going up.
Well, it didn't go up this week because nothing happened.
But I like how the cast was banded together. That was nice.
So, pretty much it looks like Seiya's proficient when it comes to solving like technical problems and stuff quickly.
Compromising, too.
And Isuzu's best at taking a commanding role when things get hectic and he can't make a decisive
When things
choice.
aren't going my pace, he doesn't have the ability to bring it in again, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of does though. He did it at the beginning, but
Excuse me.
They definitely play their roles, but
They make a good team.
Other than disaster, I don't know what else Isuzu's going to be good at. But
Threatening.
Oh, good. Yes, threatening.
She has that gun.
She can control Mofo, so that's all that matters. That poor Triceratop lion.
Because the stupid idol got a boyfriend.
What was that?
The alligator.
Not the alligator. I'm talking about the guy who tried to make the map and he got wrecked.
Oh, that was so funny.
I understand that pain.
I was like, this is like basic Photoshop that I can do. Come on, dude.
You just put the characters on top. It's so much better. Oh, that's good.
That reminded me of me like
Amagi Brilliant Park has
Grade 11.
consistently beautiful art and animation. Even that like where the camera would blur in and out of faces for a dramatic effect.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's still good. This episode wasn't as good as the others because it's been done to death. But regardless, it's still not a bad episode.
It needed to happen in an episode like this, though, or a series like this.
It needed to happen to advance, to kickstart Seiya and Isuzu's relationship, I guess.
Cool. And oh yeah, Latifa and him just she's getting sick, but they didn't blame him because it happens from time to time. So it looks like the lack of visitors is really wearing down on her.
Mm.
So I'm excited to see where it goes. It's really unfortunate that it's already Thursday or past Thursday because I really like Amagi Brilliant Heart.
I want another episode.
Me too.
If this anime actually ends with him getting with anybody, which I doubt it will, it's probably going to be Isuzu.
It'll be Isuzu. That's just the way anime works.
And honestly, he just doesn't... Oh, I remember. So I figured as much because Latifa said she didn't remember that Isuzu probably used the memory erasing bullet on her. And that's why she doesn't know Seiya.
Were they in the same show business? Or why would he have...
I think he just went to the park and then he saw her as a kid.
Oh, maybe. But wait, why would Isuzu shoot Latifa?
Maybe she became obsessed with him or something.
Oh, maybe.
Like she became obsessed with humans. Maybe she fell in love and that was like interfering with her work.
You know what? Look at Castle should make a spreadsheet with our predictions. That'd be cool.
That spreadsheet would never end. It would be enormous and I would pity him for all the work he would have to put in.
I don't know. No, just like if we say things like that. Like I think this, like a big, not like small things, but a big grandiose thing might be nice. How do you say grandiose? Like
you're saying it right, yeah.
Grandiose?
You're saying it right, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I barely speak English.
Well, you don't have to do it. I'm just saying if you're
Well,
gonna like because the bad endings anime, the one that disappointed us, that kind of we don't really talk about that anymore.
We didn't have anything disappointing us last season though.
Yeah.
That's why.
You know, you can add something later, but if you're bored and like spreadsheeting, you know. Okay, Gundam G.
I'm trying to give work to.
This series.
Yo, I have to say the episode name. What's wrong with you? Episode 5. The enemy is the capital army.
This series makes me so happy.
Stop being so happy. Not you, but all the characters in this anime, especially Belle. And okay,
it's insane optimism, unrealistic
it really
optimism.
Is. It's just like we can escape any time, so let's just hang out.
There's no dread.
Here's the thing that annoyed me in this episode, and it was at the very end, or I guess it was in the beginning actually. When he says, "No amount of apologizing I can do for killing this guy will be enough, so I'll protect this ship." Bull crap. You do not have to apologize in the first place. He was trying to kill you.
Exactly. And the whole scene where she's like, "Oh, thanks for helping me," and she's like weeping.
That was so dumb.
And I love how but this series, what makes me laugh about this series is it doesn't take itself seriously at all. It's like the team is like, every conversation is cut off.
It's true.
And it's like, but
usually
I really
by Monday, girl.
I really like how they're doing that because you still get information, but it's jumping all between, and the poor guy who wants to talk about the air balls, he's like, yeah, on this side, it's just like, that was my one goal. I was very, like, you know, it's just so sad. I'm a professional in the area, no one wants to listen to me. But I found it really lame when she's like crying on the thing, like,
it was
dumb.
Captain I'm sorry for thanking the guy who killed you.
You know what? Like, he appeared for 5 seconds. We saw his face twice in mech flash. Why is he so important? At least make him more important to us, you know?
Yeah. She should get over it. I mean, I know it's recent in the anime that he died, but goddamn.
I have no idea what's happening either. Like, I sort of understand. So this is my non ever seeing a Gundam idea of what's going on. Okay, there's an overruling power. There's limited technology. However, what?
Fridge-kun.
Oh yeah, whatever.
He's angry.
However, as always, this overruling power is manipulating their taboo and making really strong mech.
No, they're not.
What was the mech that fought?
They're not manipulating their taboo.
Well, how did that mech get that strong then?
Which mech?
The one that was shooting lasers out of everywhere.
I don't know.
Because they were manipulating the taboo.
Were they?
Even the mom said that.
Did she?
Yeah. Why is the Capital Army manipulating the taboo?
Oh, I guess I missed that.
And they painted the little, whatever that little big penis thing is, they painted it like a big army colors. The big elevator that goes up and down, they're like, oh, they painted it camo. Why the frick?
They did?
Would you waste time painting something that was yellow camo? It's flying through the air, and it's over like 1,000 meters tall. Oh, good thing it blended in with the blue sky. At least paint it blue, so it blend. You know what camo's for?
Yeah,
it's not for looking like army stuff. Oh my, it's so frustrating. So okay,
this anime doesn't even take its action seriously.
No, that's
Belle goes in with a stupid cockpit.
Yeah.
And water balls.
Yeah.
And even the lieutenant's like, this isn't the time to be showing off.
Yeah. And, you know, the guy gets his head chopped off, and when people die, everyone's like, oh, I'm so sad. But you're like, well, you know, it doesn't really matter because they'll just come back. There's an infinite supply of nameless, faceless soldiers, so it doesn't matter.
Welcome to the world of Gundam.
This series doesn't make you feel anything.
No.
The only reason it exists is because sometimes during the episode, I was gripping my phone slightly tighter because it was pretty intense. That's the only reason it exists.
It does make me feel something. Frustration. At people being way too happy all the time.
The optimism is unreal. However, that optimism has made me stop voting for the capital army, even though I never was, but now voting obviously for the pirate crew.
Yeah, well, in typical Gundam fashion, he's going to join the ragtag, smaller, Star Wars Rebel Alliance kind of thing.
Fantastic. I'm so down. It's just, so this is my basic understanding. That was pretty much it. These mechs, I like the world that it's built around. I like that it's actually based on Earth and there's animals and it's kind of cool. It's an enjoyable romp through sci-fi that isn't too heavy that it makes you depressed on a whatever day, Thursday morning. So there's that. It's not a bad series by any chance. It's not as heavy as like Gurren Lagann, or it's not as like depressing as Valvrave, and it's not as overwhelming as Code
Valvrave
Geass.
got pretty sad.
But I mean, it is what it is.
All those series you mentioned are better than this.
Yeah, because they have that dramatic element that makes you feel something. Okay, that's the reason.
I want Bell to stop being happy. That's my main complaint.
He's a main character. He's not going to do that.
I need him to either lose a friend again, because he's already lost one day now.
Can you lose Monday? That'd be cool. She's a loser.
She's a plot point.
She's so useless. Shut up. Stupid voice actor. You get paid more than I do in a year just to say G.
Do you think they had to have auditions for a girl just to say G over and over?
I don't know. You look like a psychopath. Why don't you voice act? Hey, but that's not how it works, man. Shirobako, it's not that easy.
Typical Gundam fashion.
Okay, tell me. I don't know about typical.
Typical Gundam tradition, I should say. I guess the guy in the mask has shown up. Every single Gundam series, there's a guy in a mask.
There is?
Usually it's white, but this time it's black. I mean blue.
I love how when the girls were like, "Oh, it's so cool." What night? Lame. It's just like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That mask looks like a freaking butterfly.
It looks pretty stupid.
And how the heck can you read anything on a heads-up display that's plastered on your face?
Ask Iron Man.
I guess ask Oculus Rift, but I mean that has a little bit of a protrusion. But yeah,
this does too.
What the heck, Iron Man? How does that even work? Yeah, whatever.
I don't know, man.
So, that's Gundam G. I actually don't mind watching it, but I have so many complaints, it's not even funny.
Moving on.
But people are going to love it because it's Gundam.
Rage of Bahamut Genesis, Episode 3, The Fog of Nebelville.
What a good, solid world-building episode.
It was... I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
It was good.
It was a little worse than good.
See, it was bad in regards to the fact that a lot of other series have had great third episodes. Unreal third episodes, and this one just decided to keep its steady progress.
It makes sense since Favreau has to keep hunting in order to get money so they can keep going to Helheim or whatever. I did like the explanation that I like how they showed how she got the God Key. I like how they pretty much explained a lot about her. And that what she did should be impossible, so she's probably the mix of a demon and a god.
Yeah.
That much is pretty obvious. They showed every single faction now. And the way they did the Kuroko style of explaining, where it keeps bouncing from faction to faction.
And they're talking about it?
Yeah. And I really like that style because it introduces us to everybody, so we know who's playing here.
I like all the factions. I love the designs. I think it looks really intense and really cool. I like that. Like, there's the Joan of Arc, and there's, like, the Demon faction, and then there's the Favreau faction.
And then
it's going to be big. It's going to be cool. Like you said, it has a very big Chaika feel.
And now there's the Kaiser faction.
Kaiser's going to join. He has to.
Eventually, they probably will, yeah.
But he's awesome.
And now he has an undead girl with him.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
He killed that girl.
Oh, you didn't watch after the credits, did you?
What happened?
She's with him. She joined his party.
Oh.
She's like, why didn't you cut my head off? He's like, I can't cut off the heads of dead people. And she's like, you didn't have a problem with killing my zombies. He's like, don't mix up the undead and the dead. And she's just following him, and she's like, slow down, you're too fast.
What? Oh, man.
And she called him a whippersnapper, too.
Oh, well, she's 200,
old.
She's 200 years old. Well,
Yeah.
206, I guess, based on her age.
Yeah.
Probably. Good series. And I love how it shows that Favreau is a really knowledgeable guy. Like,
He is.
I thought that the quest was to get the herb at first, but the herb was only to get, what do you call it? A resistant kind of antidote for the zombie cloud of confusing gas. Oh, dude, I got so sick when I found out he was eating maggots. Oh,
Pretty gross.
yeah.
Amira feels like that Amira is getting more and more impatient with every single episode.
Oh, I would be. Favreau's a goof. It seems like he's taking forever.
But they're making progress.
Yes. But Amira's also becoming a little more human. She's not as simple-minded as she was in the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
I think as she sits around with Favreau...
I absolutely hate her hairstyle.
Hers?
Yeah, her current hairstyle. I despise it. It looks terrible.
You know, this reminds me of
Let your hair
Tangled a
down.
little
It
bit.
looks so much better.
Does this remind me of you Tangled just a little bit?
Tangled was better.
I know, but Tangled's finished. We don't know about this one. Finishing.
Yeah, but Tangled had a horse, which was really cool. I think it was the
Kaiser's pretty much a horse. He's pretty much the horse.
By the way, Kaiser's backstory was really dumb. Not that the story itself is dumb. It's the reason his dad died and he lost all his like status is really stupid.
Yeah, that's classic Kingdom, man. That's classic. Someone has to take the blame.
Yeah, but why did his family lose their status for that?
That's the way the medieval system worked. Is like it's all based on status, and if you have one reputation error, nobody will respect you anymore because it's all a bunch of elitist pricks.
pretty retarded.
They're
They're all Ray. Good he doesn't watch this podcast.
Yeah, or listen to it.
I mean, even if he did, it wouldn't matter. Who gives a crap?
So that's Bahamut. It was great, and I'm looking forward to it coming out again.
More action, please. Less stuff that doesn't make a difference.
So Ronja, I probably gonna drop it.
Totally forgot this series exists. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so I watched the first episode, which was like an hour long. It's like 40 minutes, and it's pretty much. Did I? Oh, I already watched the first.
You
I
talked
watched
about
the first episode. The second episode, Ronja has grown up. They have a really nice way of growing up and everything. The animation is just horrible to look at. It's just, it's really bad. And like, Janelle walked in and went, "What the heck is that?" And I went, "Oh yeah, it's really crappy." Like I'd fallen into the Ghibli spell where it was like this really flowy whatever. So anyways, Ronja grows up. Her parents are like, "You need to go in the forest." So go. So she goes out in the forest.
Okay.
And then she spends all day there. And it's really beautiful, like what she's doing, but she goes, like giggling at every freaking thing. And Janelle's sitting there, and I saw her taking her notes for homework, whatever, as I'm watching this. And every time she go, went like a lead bent, click, 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 and it's just like, and I'm like, "Are you okay, honey?" And she's like freaking out. She's like, "Can you turn it off?" And I'm like, "I can't. I gotta watch for the podcast." She's like, "Freaking podcast." We almost got a fight. It was bad. Anyways, it ended with her passing out on a rock, and then these really creepy gray dwarves that are like chicken things came out and almost like ate her, which is really creepy. And so, but then her dad runs out of nowhere and saves her. It's really stupid. And then like they flashes back to her coming back into the force, not even being phased or growing as a character at all.
So it all happened for no reason.
Oh, it's complete. Like she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be safe and stuff." And she's pretty cool, but oh my gosh, it's so boring. Okay, look, Ghibli movies are great because they're 2 hours long and that's it. Okay? I'm already about an hour and 30 minutes into this, and there's no end in sight. So, no thank you. I'm okay. If you know what? The best looking thing in this anime was when there was a woodpecker that was drawn, and it was picking at a tree, and I was like, "Oh, it's so beautiful." And then Ronja runs out. I'm like, "Oh, yeah." I'm dropping Ronja. No thanks.
So you're out?
Oh, I'm out.
All right.
No thanks. It's just like a complete waste of my absolutely precious time. Oh, hey, look, it's my turn again. So Raj pulled a Spencer. And
How does it feel to be on the side that caught up to everything when the other person didn't do it? How does it feel? Tell me.
It feels pretty good. It feels like I'm in the position of power. Like I'm like, "Fool, my co-host." Anyways, Ushinawareta. Oh, you're close.
I'm always with you.
Yeah, you are, baby. I've only not been with you on one podcast, and that was because I was on my honeymoon.
Yeah, it's true. And then even then you were with me.
I was. So what are you trying to do, man?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay, Ushinawareta. So in the third,
You're getting better at pronouncing that.
I'm trying. Yeah, I said it a bunch of times. Okay, the drawing style isn't that bad now that I'm used to it,
And that you've seen Ronja.
and that I've seen Ronja, and I'm aware that it's not a super high budget thing. It's just the art style is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. I have a feeling. Okay, so what's happening is it pretty much. I wasn't really aware of this happening. It was sort of like in one of the last episodes of Captain Earth when they repeated the first episode and I had no idea what was going on.
I can't believe you never noticed that. It's so
So
funny.
the girl that came in, did we ever have her name written down?
Nope.
Dang it. I don't remember what her name is.
Neither do I.
The white hair girl. She came down and she didn't have any memories, and so she's wandering around with the cast and crew, and they're trying to solve, because the astronomy club is pretty much Sketdan, and they're trying to solve things for the school. And the guy, one of the funny lines is the guy comes in and goes, "Come on, help us out. We got some delinquents that we need to take care of." And they're like, "Why do you even think the astronomy club exists?" And the guy's like, "Well, it was initially, for looking at stars." It's just kind of funny because they're used as like the muscle of the school, and they're supposed to be looking at stars. And they're trying to build this big, what do you call it?
Planetarium?
Thank you. Nice. Big planetarium in the room, like a big one, but they're making no progress because they keep having to run around the school. And there's this girl that's a ghost wandering around the school, and there's a bunch of rumors going around, and so they're trying to solve it. And in the meantime, episode 1 all of a sudden replays. But I didn't really have any idea what was going on until they went back to the dojo from the first episode. And at one point, the white hair girl remembers everything because she touches the box. And she goes, oh, crap. You know, Kaori's going to die. So she does everything in her power to protect Kaori. But in the meantime, So just gets wrecked. Just like, he gets like beat up so bad by these guys that he's like probably has some broken bones, I would assume. And he's not telling anybody but Yui. Yui's the girl, right? I think so. Or Irie. Is it Irie? Irie sounds more correct.
Which one are you talking about? The other girl likes him?
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly.
Or maybe Yui's the white hair girl.
I
don't know. I'll just go.
Can't tell you.
the dark hair girl who's totally in love with him, but is totally trying to support Kaori for no reason. And is the
girl that we like better.
Yeah. She got, So went up to her and said, oh, my legs hurts and whatever. She go, oh, you're trying too hard, blah, 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 blah. So it's found out that, yes, time is repeating. That's why that's why Kaori didn't die yet, again. So it's interesting. I don't know where they're going to go with that. It's all about that black box that Nagisa keeps, fondling. So pretty much they solve the ghost mystery by cornering the film club, because the film club is making, some creepy projection on a window, and Kenny's a boss. He finds it out, and he's, super hardcore, because Kenny's amazing. English all the time. And
he's just the poor man's TK, and I love it.
Oh, he's so good. So then they're walking out thinking, yay, we did it, but then there's another ghost on the roof that no one's talked about, and then it fades to black. So I'm 3 episodes in and interested. I'm not giving up on it.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking that you were going to say it's not good and drop it, so I wouldn't have to watch it, but I'm interested now.
I love time skip things, Sket Dance always has...
I thought you hated time skips.
Dance. Sorry, not Sket Dance. Steins Gate, man. Not time skips, like time leaping things. Steins Gate proves that you have to stick past the 3 episodes to see some crazy crap happen.
It's not the only one. Your Lie in April, episode 3, Inside Spring. I didn't watch this. So it's your turn again.
You're lying, though, so go ahead.
It's my lie in October.
Oh.
So we were right about her knowing who he is.
And I was right about him becoming accompaniment. I didn't know what the word was, but I was right.
Yeah.
So let's give each other a high five. We're just the best.
We're so good. This anime is so good.
And it's so beautiful.
I get goosebumps every single time I watch the opening.
Yep.
And it's sung by the same people who do the Silver Spoon opening, which is our opening for this podcast, Goose House. It's fantastic.
It's so good.
The animation is amazing.
You can tell it's them because the whole bunch of singers come in. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
The characters are so good in this anime, and they're so solid, and they haven't even finished developing. Like, they barely started.
You're so good at spoiling, though.
What you talking about, Will?
You spoiled that he couldn't hear his own music. Like, day 1.
It says in the synopsis.
I don't read freaking synopses. I don't even watch previews. I don't like being spoiled so much.
Meh.
Anyway,
it's in the synopsis.
So he can't hear his own music.
Actually, sorry, it's Crunchyroll. They involve spoilers in synopsis. I forgot.
I don't even know what the heck's wrong with that.
Yeah, they should not do that.
So the poor guy was so scarred by his mother that he's got this weird emotional mental blockage about he can't even hear his own music. But he's so good that he can play by muscle memory.
No, it's not that. He'll play normally and he can hear the music, but somewhere along the line it just stops and he can't hear it anymore.
But he could still keep playing by muscle memory if he wanted to.
But he doesn't.
But he was practicing air piano when the girl played the music for a week. That was hilarious. Trying to get him to be the accompaniment when they had all the set pieces plastered everywhere, even his wallpaper. That's pretty funny.
I like what Tsubaki said is that I don't care whether or not he stops playing piano, but I want him to quit on his own terms.
Yeah.
I don't want him to take half measures.
The characters are so good, man.
No more half measures, Spencer.
I love
You didn't get that reference, did you?
What?
There's a Breaking Bad reference.
No, I never watched that.
Good show.
Is Tsubaki
a lot of people die in that anime.
Is Tsubaki the friend? Or no, Wataru's the friend. I like Wataru's character.
No, Tsubaki.
I don't know, Tsubaki? Kosei, Kaori.
Oh, yeah, Tsubaki's the friend.
No.
The childhood friend.
Oh, the girl.
Yeah.
So I love Wataru's character. He's always on board to help. And I love it when they met them on the roof and they had their whole emotional exchange and he finally said, they should beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, that was great. And I love his line at the end. don't underestimate the jocks when they're racing to get them to the thing. It's a good dynamic where two of them are really good athletically and the other two are really good artistically. It's really
But
nice.
the love rectangle is there.
Well, it's more of a triangle. Watari will take any girl.
It's true.
Because he can.
He's not really a challenge.
He
No,
doesn't
but
care.
he's pulling heartstrings. That's the thing of the group.
Yeah, it's true. Well, only Kaori.
But she's the
But
most.
Kaori's
important one.
definitely like starting to get feelings for her.
Oh, dude. And Kosei, you never know it's the girl. He's totally having these side thoughts like every boy would. He's like, yeah, she likes me. It's not even thinking at all that she just wants to have an accompaniment member who's like a genius. It's a good episode. And I love the scene where they're riding their bikes super fast. Oh, beautiful.
The scene where she just starts crying and she breaks down in front of him was really unexpected. I didn't see that coming. I saw him crying coming. That made sense. But for her to just break, why did she break down again?
This is Spencer's read into the anime. I usually do this.
Mm-hmm.
Kaori is super stressed out because no matter what she does, her passion is never being rewarded with trophies. She's super good at being a violinist, but because she's so obscure and off base with the normal stream, she can never get into awards. So her passion for music is not showing up with any kind of rewards, and so probably there's some pressure from home for her to stop because there's nothing coming from it. And she needs somebody like him who can be as offbeat as her and flow. Because the reason that everyone's so frustrated is because her as a violinist, she's overbearing and passing the piano, and it's supposed to be together. And even the last pianist quit because he couldn't even handle being with her.
That
right?
makes sense.
So I personally think that Kaori is at her wit's end with music because she loves it so much, but she's got nobody to support her because everybody's against her. And she tries to put on a brave face and say, I don't care where I place, I'm all happy, but this doesn't seem like that kind of anime. So I'm pretty interested that she just wants somebody to support her and kind of get her going.
That makes sense. It was a really, really emotional scene. Not just because she was crying, but I mean, the emotions were conveyed really well. And I, despite not really knowing why she was crying, I did feel her pain. And, it really put Kosei in a really awkward spot. Because, here's the thing, when a girl requests something from you and she's crying like that, it's really hard to say no. There was let me tell a story. So there's this time where I was really good friends with this girl. And she and I had a big, big fight. All right? So, what this girl liked to do is whenever we had a fight, she would give me the silent treatment. And this would extend for a long time. The longest it had ever gone prior to this was 3 months, where she wouldn't talk to me. Oh, if you said my phone went off then.
It's Facebook.
It is Facebook, you're right. So, your phone went off too. I'll just put on silent while I talk. So, this is one of those periods of silence that I was receiving on the receiving end of, and at this point, I had gotten really good at not caring. So, this is what happened. We had just graduated high school, more or less. It was a few months out, and everybody was going to a different college. I went to mine, she went to hers, and then a bunch of our friends, mutual friends in our group, also split off into different colleges. Nobody went to the same college.
I just want to take a pause just for a bit to show the difference between North American culture and like Japanese culture, at least from what I know from anime. I'm such a knowledgeable person. There's a huge importance of like your college and university dictating your life.
Yeah.
And like your social groups and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
for us, it doesn't matter. We all go to different universities, but we still hang out socially with other people outside of universities.
It's true.
Regardless of that. Probably because it's also local that we don't have to like move there, I guess. But that's just an aside. Like I'm an SFU student, but no, except for the sweater that I always wear because it's comfy, nobody cares. And just because you're BCIT doesn't mean I'm not your friend or that I don't see you all the time.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Whatever. Just aside.
And so what we did is because we knew we wouldn't be able to see each other for a while because we'll be busy with school and stuff, we went for all you can eat sushi. So this was the last time we were going to see each other. We had finished eating. She was still giving me the silent treatment. And the way this had worked in the past is she would wait until I would apologize, and then she would still give me the silent treatment, and then I would have to apologize again, and I would still get the silent treatment, and then I would have to do it a couple more times, and then she would quote unquote forgive me, but she would still bring it up when she got mad. She was that kind of girl. Are you really playing Flappy Bird while I'm giving this story? What is wrong with you?
I didn't get a good score.
I can't believe you're playing Flappy Bird.
Your story was interesting, I swear.
Bull! Stop playing Flappy Bird then.
No, I'm gonna beat my high score. You keep going. Oh, I suck at this game. Okay, sorry.
You do suck pretty bad.
I'll turn it back. I'm listening. So, yeah,
Unbelievable.
your story's great, man. I think I really like the way that it was built, and why isn't it rotating? Okay. What were you saying?
So we're about to leave.
Okay.
Everybody's about to take part.
Oh, right, you went to all-you-can-eat sushi because you
Yes.
missed them and you wanted to suck their knobs.
Yeah, I wanted to suck some big fat black dicks. So she starts crying her eyes out.
How do you do that?
What?
For the one time that I try to be an uncomfortable person on this podcast, you out-uncomfort me.
It is nearly impossible to make me uncomfortable. I'm comfortable with pretty much everything in this world.
Yep.
Except for giant spiders. Don't put a giant spider near me, please.
You shouldn't have told me that.
You don't have giant spiders.
Oh, I'll get them. Okay, continue.
I'm not afraid of them. I just get creepy. So this is what happens. Everybody knew we were having a fight, right? And because we're a close group of friends, and she's crying and crying, and then everyone looks at me in unison, and they start jerking their heads towards her, and they're pointing at me, pointing at her. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. But I succumbed to peer pressure, Spencer, and I apologized. First, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm pretty sure.
You apologized?
I had no choice.
You never apologized.
It was pure pressure. I had to do it. So it's very difficult to say no to a girl when she's crying.
Keep going. I'm finding information on Fate's Day because I didn't have that before. We're still talking about Your Lie in April.
Yeah, we're still talking about Your Lie in April. Did you notice the CG in this episode?
Where was it?
When he was playing the piano. His hands were CG.
Yes. Well, they've done that forever. That we didn't notice.
Really?
Yeah, it was first episode too.
Huh.
Did you notice how they didn't even care to animate the other pair's orchestrated duo? It was just still shot. You know, still shot. It's like, oh, geez, put some money into that, you know?
Well, they put all their money into Kaori's performance. This anime's good, man. It's one, excuse me. There's anime that, man, I'm burping all over the place. There's anime that I will not watch, or rather, I'll save until the end of the day because they're that good. And I just don't want, I want to end it on that note, right? Your Lie in April is so good that I have to watch it as soon as it comes out. Just because I need it. I need it as soon as it comes out. I need to know what happens next. I need to see Kosei get over this. I need to see how his relationship builds with Kaori. I need to see how this love square ends.
That's Ace of Diamond for me too, man.
It's ridiculous. Like Chaika. I love Chaika to death. But I always save Chaika to the last because I want to end it on a great note. Your Lie in April, I guess in that regard, is better than Chaika. I just need to watch it all the time. Even now, I really want to watch it. Spencer, where's Your Lie in April? Give it to me.
It's coming up soon. You know what I watch every single time that it comes out right away? Parasyte.
The Maxim.
Immediately. Oh, it's just unreal.
Episode 3, The Feast. This was
wasn't really much of a feast, but I guess it's because the school was a feasting zone.
This was a strange episode. So Shinichi, first of all, I like how he uses cold water to wash his hands as a punishment now for Migi. And Migi's just like, Shinichi, why do you do this to me?
Shinichi, stop.
Sumitai.
Sumitai. Cold. He's great.
Migi's pretty funny. So some dumb things about the people who watch this anime.
What?
Is that...
You're going after the people?
Yeah. So some people, at least a lot of comments, and by a lot I mean one, a lot of comments have said, Migi's finally shown his true colors. You idiot! He's always been a parasite who doesn't regard human life for worth anything other than Shinichi's.
Is this a Crunchyroll comment?
Yes.
Here's my thought on Crunchyroll people. I feel like they have a little TXT file saved on their computer with placeholder I sound cool text. And I bet the file is called Can't Wait to Sound Cool in front of my online friends. And they have like a huge 5 or 6 lines like, I can't believe he's finally shown his true colors. Or, oh, Kawaii-kun, I feel so sad for you, blah, blah, blah. And they just copy paste them in there. The most cheesy, dramatic, trying to impress their friends lines ever. Blah. That's never mind. I just can't handle it. I need one more person.
So it's interesting that when two parasite humans have sex, they still make a human child.
I love how Migi's able to understand that right away. But
yeah.
the other... Achan?
What?
A-san is messed up. Why can't he control his face? I guess he just doesn't care enough to do it.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't bother putting in effort. I really like... I don't know what her name is. I can't remember. But the teacher parasite, she's really smart, and I think she's actually going to become an ally to Migi and Shinichi. She might go the Tokyo Ghoul route, where she only eats humans who've committed suicide or humans that have died recently, and she hasn't had to kill herself. And that way she can blend into human culture more easily and she
They
can live
don't
a full life.
need to eat humans, though. It's not like...
They do.
They don't.
They do.
Miggy doesn't.
They need the nutrients from humans.
No, their body...
He said you have to eat whatever your host is. It's cannibalism. You have to eat whatever your host is.
Did they say that that you have to do that?
Yeah, Migi said that.
I think they just need nutrients, though. I don't think they need anything specific.
How are you going to get nutrients without killing a human?
Eat! You have a body. That's what it's for.
Eat what?
Food.
You have to eat a human if you're possessing a human. That's
How's she living then?
She's eating humans.
Where?
What do you mean where?
She hasn't killed anybody.
We haven't seen her kill anybody. That doesn't mean she hasn't killed anybody.
I don't think they need to kill anybody.
They said they have to kill humans.
No, they don't have to kill
didn't
humans.
say that.
No, that's just what they were... Because their body is the most advanced... Don't give me that face. It's true. They're just parasites. I like the main character.
This coming from the guy who thought Toka was sad because she killed a human because he had a family.
I try my best, man. I was completely wrong, but whatever. Okay, Shinichi is a good main character. He's still conflicted.
Is he, though?
He's still conflicted, but he's doing something.
He's not really conflicted that much.
He's freaking out, and I'm just glad. I'm glad that he's not ballsy. If he was ballsy in front of like Asan and the teacher, I would not like his character as much.
He's ballsy in front of other humans, but he's still afraid of parasites, which makes sense because he can take pretty much any human if they don't have a gun or something.
But he doesn't know the parasites, and I love how Miggy was sleeping when around the teacher because he just knows like he's not going to attack inside this room because he's just so logical.
And I also like how Migi pretty much automatically knows how his strength compares to others. He knows that he's equal to Asan in strength. But he has a weakness, being Shinichi. If he kills Shinichi, he kills Migi.
Yeah. But I think it's cool that he gave him a sharpened piece of chair leg or whatever.
Which he put in his pocket backwards, or his pants.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense, otherwise he'd stab his own ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't want to stab my own butt. So he's getting ready to attack, so it might be some really interesting thing where Migi and the Asan are fighting, and then he comes up and stabs him in the heart or something, and he goes...
So you said you wouldn't like it if Shinichi was ballsy. I was expecting him to be ballsy in this episode, kind of. I guess it was just,
That's because you were hyping him up to be that way.
I was expecting him to just go badass and, like, walk in the middle of a hallway, and they'd meet at the ends of the hallways, and then they'd be staring at each other, and then Migi would transform, and
That's
Shinichi
not the way
would be
this
like,
works.
Let's do this.
No, man.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about post Yamamori Kaneki.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Kaneki, I mean.
This episode is not that way.
When Kaneki goes badass, it's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
It's because you just got messed up.
Can that happen to Shinichi, please?
I think Shinichi's going to find his way normally.
Normally.
The world in Parasyte is not as twisted as the world is in Ghoul. It's still like a mysterious enemy is being fought. Not like the whole world is already zombified. Sort of. Like in Tokyo Ghoul...
What if ghouls came from these parasites? What if this was like a precursor?
I would be very disappointed. As its future would be bleak. Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
it's true. It ended on a cliffhanger.
Don't hate me. I'm excited. It did end in a cliffhanger. This episode did as well. Asan versus Shinichi. Tune in next week.
So next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
Supernatural Battles, Episode 3, Rendezvous Point.
So we finally meet the white hair guy.
This is a weird episode. I did not expect him to be a Chuny.
Lucifer?
Lucifer. He called himself Lucifer.
Lucifer. We'll just call him Lucifer for sake. His name is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So pretty much Lucifer...
I do love where they go Chuny together.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny.
Where they're complimenting each other's like name sense and everything.
Yeah, but then the other guy, he just like... He can break out of his Chuny personality, which our main character can't.
Oh yeah, he can. He breaks out all the time.
But he's sad. When the other guy like breaks out and he's like, why are you still acting Chuny?
Yeah. It's because he was so excited that another guy was Chuny with him. This episode, nothing happened, really.
Nothing really happened. They played tennis, which was something, I guess. It was more of a build-up for his relationship with Pink Hair Girl Who Can Stop Time. Kanzaki, maybe? Yeah, Kanzaki, that's her name. And did you watch after the credits?
Of course not.
Of course not. So next episode is going to be a Chifuyu episode. But you saw where Chifuyu went home and there was nobody there, right?
Yeah,
it was all dark.
She was super depressed.
Yeah. That's what it's going to be adding up to.
What, does she have no family?
That's what it looks like. She looks like she's alone.
Isn't she related to somebody, like the teacher?
I don't know.
Oh. The teacher who they, like, emphasize her boobs?
Yeah,
when she
they did.
Backwards?
Oh, yeah. That guy. How could I ever be friends with somebody who's so disgusting he watches anime just because of voice actresses in it? I was like... I feel that because I never watch anime for that reason. I think it's ridiculous.
Why
It's
would
the
you
same
watch
reason.
this? No.
It's the same reason that I would never watch a movie just because of specific actors in it. It's ridiculous. You watch it on the merits
Agreed.
of the own movie.
Except Marvel, because that's different. Because their actors are the superheroes, so I'd watch it for that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching the next Avengers because, like, it's
Well, I'm watching because it's an Avengers
Robert
movie.
Downey Jr. If they changed out Iron Man, I don't think I'd watch Avengers.
This is Robert Downey Jr. is the only person who can be Iron Man now. He cannot be anybody else.
Who could be?
Nobody can pull off Iron Man as good as him.
No.
The others could all get swapped out and I wouldn't care.
Not true, though.
Actually, Cap is good. I really like Cap.
Whoa, let's never forget. Hulk can never be replaced.
Yeah.
They've never replaced the Hulk before.
He's way too iconic to replace.
I mean, all you need... It's really difficult to find a white man with curly hair who is somewhat of a frail body and can act like a loser.
And smart.
Yeah, and smart, of course.
Sometimes glasses.
Now, the first Bruce Banner... Was that his name?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll put that one out of nowhere. First Bruce Banner from that really weird one that went all comic booky style where he like had a dad and it was really weird.
Yeah, the movie that wasn't very good.
That Bruce Banner was more hardcore than the second Bruce Banner, who was like a skinny twig.
The second Bruce Banner I never bought that he was smart. You know, it always felt
he seemed like
super fake.
Yeah, and it was really grimy. Like they tried to make a really gritty movie.
I really like that movie though.
Really?
Mostly because the action is so good.
Mm-hmm. Well, Hulk action is really good,
but
once they get it going.
Ruffalo is the best Banner thus far.
Yes.
He's so good.
He does it really well. I agree. And if what you say is true, where this is going...
If it goes the direct route of World War Hulk, oh man, I'm excited.
Why would they do that, though? Don't they have to fight the guy from the...
Thanos?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he can come back from the planet.
Maybe.
Maybe halfway through the fight, you just hear off in the distance, Hulk smash! And then he punches Thanos in the face.
Does Hulk ever get, like, more talkative as Hulk?
Yeah, when he goes perma Hulk.
So Parasyte's pretty good, hey?
She kind of hulks out.
But this time, though, Parasyte actually isn't one of those enemies that we're trying to avoid talking
Dude, we're talking about Supernatural.
Whoa!
You completely forgot.
Supernatural anime is it good?
Not much happened. Okay, Kanzaki has a Chuni brother who no longer lives at home. Ando is still kind of finding his own identity. Hatoko has a really stupid reason to be in love with Ando. The other girls so far seem to have a pretty good reason. Chifu is just a kid, so she doesn't really know anything. Wow, man, if that Facebook message could go away, that'd be nice. Oh, there it goes. Do you remember Hatoko's reason for falling in love with him? It's retarded. It's legitimately stupid.
What is it?
It's because people would call her a name.
Oh, yeah, and he called her...
And then he called her an even worse
Phoenix.
name. And people are like, oh, we'll just call her Hatoko-chan. This is worse.
Well, I don't want to call her that. Let's just call her a name, because that's how classrooms work.
Yeah, that's how kids think.
Hey, fatty. Hey, guys, we're going to call him Superior Ultron. That name sucks. Let's just call him Daryl. Can we call him Daryl? Because Fatty, I forget we even called him Fatty in the first place.
The worst thing is that she said, at least the worst thing to me anyway, she said, Ando-kun saved me. He didn't save jack shit. He just stopped people
yes,
from
but
calling him
in
a name.
that conversation, they're all like, I think we're giving Ando too much credit.
Yeah, that's good.
Then they backtracked and said, whoa.
They said he didn't do it on purpose is what they're saying. They didn't demerit him for doing anything good. It's just he did it by accident because he's a Chunin. Ando and Chifuyu and Kanzaki so far, because we don't know too much about Kanzaki yet.
Well, what's the name of this
characters.
episode?
I already said what the name was.
What was it?
Let me look it up. Rendezvous Point.
Okay. Thank you. Can you turn on your screen by double tapping the...
Yes.
Doesn't that kill your battery?
No.
How?
I don't know. It's fine.
But I have a jailbreak tweak on my phone, and it just kills the battery.
Huh?
The digitizer's kept on the whole time.
Huh?
Whatever.
That's fine. Last entire day.
Maybe it'll work better because I have a better battery now. I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah, cool.
Not much happened in this episode.
Can we talk about Wolf Girl? I really like this episode.
Wolf Girl? Never heard of that.
Wolf Girl and the Black Prince?
Oh, you mean Blue Spring Ride. Blue Fall Ride.
What?
Season 2.
It's not. Ko never got sick. I like this episode a
Episode
lot.
3. Precipitous Drop. Is that how you say that word?
Yeah, Precipitous Drop.
Look, I'm ESL, alright. So,
You are.
technically. I love throwing that out there. Mostly because I have the best English in my entire class. And I always say, guys, I'm ESL. You can't rely on me to do any English homework. I like this episode for one reason only. 2 reasons and 2 reasons only. 3 reasons and 3 reasons only. First of all, the evil glare he gives her when she first opens the door. And he has like that black haze falling over. I love that.
I thought
love
it was
how
smell.
evil he is.
I thought it was because I thought
Really?
I interpret that as he's stinky, but I guess I was wrong.
2, I absolutely love that by episode 3, she has firmly confirmed her feelings. She's faced them and she's embraced them.
She's a good main character.
3, she confessed. She flat out confessed to him.
Oh,
why do you
that was
not
so
want me
sad.
to hang out with any girls? Because I'm in love with you. I stood up and I gave a small applause to this girl for
Why
having.
did you stand up and then give a small applause? You might as well have done a big applause
I
while
sat
standing
up.
down.
I sat up.
You sat up.
Yeah.
You sat up.
Yeah.
You didn't stand up.
No, I
You
sat up.
sat up.
I sat up.
Wow.
It's not worth standing up for. Was this a league game?
But you sat up?
Yeah, I sat up.
Wow.
Uh,
The picture I'm getting in my head is the most pathetic thing ever. Just like, I couldn't get up for this. I think of Kevin. And then, don't make that face. I'm sorry. I should never have said you were like Kevin. I'm sorry.
get a better computer so we can start winning a league.
Oh, maybe I won't go to your internet so we can have a good chance.
I don't know. We're trying to my computer.
No, your internet was being bogged down by Ray, Roop, me, and you. No wonder I couldn't connect. Your card was just superior, that's all. And Ray was on his own internet. That's how bad it was.
He's on his own internet because he's too lazy to switch over.
This episode pretty much consisted of her continually bombarding into his private space.
It was nice.
Him being okay with it. And I found it really cute, like when she bought the stuff and said, I guess I'll just return it or take it
So
home
the
myself.
snowman metaphor is pretty much obviously his mother leaving.
Oh, yeah.
And or dying. But I'm not going to lie. The first time I saw the snowman thing, and then he looks back and one snowman's been stomped on, right? And I was like, there's nobody there. And then I was thinking, did a ghost stomp on the snowman? Like, what kind of ghost stomps on a little kid's snowman? What is wrong with him?
How long have you been watching anime that you will go straight to, like, Ghost?
I was pretty bored, I'm not going to lie. I don't care about this guy's backstory. What's his name? Like, Seiya? Seiya-kun?
Kyoya.
Kyoya. Where did I get Seiya from? I don't know. I don't really care about his backstory. I told you the only reason I really like this series is because he's evil. Because I don't really want a second Blue Spring Ride. I just had one. But seriously, props to Erica for confessing and for legitimizing her feelings. And Kyoya, in his infinite prickness, says, "You're not in love with me." Okay, listen here, Kyoya. I know you can't hear me, but I'm just going to pretend our audience is Kyoya right now. And if you do this, anybody listen to this, let this be a lesson to you. Never ever tell someone that they're not in love with somebody else, because you can never tell. It's impossible. The only person who knows they feel that way is the person who's feeling it.
But even then, they don't know.
Do you agree with me?
I completely agree. But he was just thinking logically, right? He was saying, you've never really had a girlfriend or boyfriend before. You're in this boyfriend relationship with me. And, to be fair, he just witnessed Erica go down the black pit of love last episode. And now she's directed all of it on him. It's not like he has any framework to work with other than she's a desperate woman.
That last episode was like months ago, though.
Well, yeah,
in anime.
Yeah, but I guess he had witnessed something similar before, where she fell head over heels with the girl she just met because she's desperate.
I think he's just shutting her down because he doesn't want a real relationship.
Oh yeah, there's that, of course. But there's also the fact that he's probably thinking, well, it can't be. You saw his face; he was happy when she told him. He his face
wasn't happy. I think he was smiling because he thought it was ridiculous.
No, the look in his eyes was not ridiculous. The look in his eyes was like a warm happiness, like
I saw
a flash of warmth, and then it went away. That's what it was.
He just felt condescending to me.
I don't think so. I think it was actually a flash of warmth.
Well, he made her cry, so now he has to go make up for that.
But he's not going to.
He will.
He's not.
He is gonna.
Kyoya has only 3 episodes. He can't be a good guy yet. It's not fair.
He saved her from that guy, though.
Yeah, but because he was being... I guess so. Okay. Shirobako.
Episode 3. No more recap episodes.
What they did to the girl's face after all that work actually made me feel something.
It was a huge improvement. But it didn't make me feel anything.
I actually got like the shivers because, no, I'm serious, because I had watched the whole episode about how hard they worked, and then seeing her face twist in agony as she delivered that line made it so much more realistic than what the first cut was. And to me, it made it completely worth it. The way that they made her deliver that line actually gave me like shivers. It was amazing.
It was so much better.
But it was better.
So much better.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything like you did. I don't really care for the anime that they're making. It's dumb. But every week, without fail, this anime makes me feel stressed.
Stressed.
I feel stressed and anxious whenever I watch it.
But I can't help but watch it.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know, it's like your friends are doing this project and you're cheering them on.
Can you believe, though, that whole episode was dedicated to fixing that one scene?
Yeah.
It wasn't even about finishing it, because they pretty much finished on time. It was finishing that one scene. That's just unreal.
Yeah.
I love the coordination between the characters, though. And thank you, anime producer, for always putting who they are on screen.
Yes,
every
because I
time.
can't remember them
There's
at all.
way too many characters. Hence why we're not even talking about their names. The only one we'll talk about is the main girl, who's doing a really good job, Miyamori, for being like the go-to girl for coordinating everything. That's difficult.
I like how this episode showed Imai trying to learn from her superiors. I like they call the Gothic Lolly a Gothic Lolly-chan.
Yeah, Gothic Lolly-chan.
And she's actually ridiculously good at what she does.
She changed one line, though.
Yeah.
The other girl, the glasses girl, was pretty cool.
Well, she worked hard.
Yeah.
Good on her. We saw the old man actually doing work for once. Instead of just saying, I'll see you later, and then going home.
Which old man?
The old man is always like, Osaki ni.
Oh, the guy who gives food all the time?
No, the other one, the key animator.
Oh, the one who said, be careful when you're going upstairs? Okay, yeah.
We actually saw him do work for like half a second.
I love this series because it gives every little job a little bit of screen time. Like the guy who was doing sound effects, like last episode, but the guy who was doing sound effects just for a little bit and was talking, I was there. I was that guy sitting there trying to get the vision out of my partner who was trying to lead the direction of the cuts. So you want the door to sound like this? No. How about this? No. How about this? No. How about this? Yes, but a little lower. Okay. How about this? Yes. Okay. So just like playing around with sound and stuff, like even that little scene, it was just like, wow. Like I have to, in one of the movies I made, you can find it on Vimeo. It's called Sticks and Stones. I don't know if you could.
I break my bones.
No,
the words will never hurt me.
Yeah, because it's about. Never mind. I'm not going to spoil it. But it's called Sticks and Stones on Vimeo. It's two guys in army suits. Me and my buddies made that. For
I
university.
watched that video.
Yeah, me and my buddies made that for university. But we pretty much cut out all sound, and I had to make it from scratch. Now anime is exactly that, completely from scratch. They have to make everything. You guys, it's hard to imagine because sound is so overlooked. Anime would suck if there wasn't any sound. Like
it's the same thing for video games.
The wind in the background, the foot stomping on different terrain, the birds, the people talking in the background, the main characters' voices, the background music, the balancing, the atmospheric tones, the room tones. It's all ridiculously complicated and complex, but they gave it 5 seconds of screen time, maybe even 10 in this anime. That's how importantly unimportant sound is. And that's how crazy complicated anime is.
Now that we're done with this episode 4 craziness, I'm hoping that we're going to move on to the other girls. I want to see more about how the voice acting is going with Sakaki. I want to see... Who's the other girl? Takahashi?
Yeah.
What does she do?
She's the... I think she's like a director-ish kind of...
Basically, I just want to see all the girls get together.
I think she's a color art worker. Yeah, because Miyamori's like the leader, Sakaki's voice actress, Imai's the animator, so she draws, and I think Takahashi actually colors. But there's actually one more we're not getting, because there's 5 girls.
We're missing a girl.
We'll be introduced to her later.
Yep. This anime's good. It makes me feel stressed. It makes me want to cheer for everybody. When they have success, it makes me feel like I have success.
It's true.
It's that kind of anime.
It's a really great series, and I'm glad that they took a risk to make something like this.
It's really strange. It's not an anime that you would think would be any good, but it is.
Mm-hmm. It's because they're not putting in weird tropes just to get the animation office to seem exciting. It's actually just real life deadlines.
I really like how when Miyamori feels hopeless, she just goes and starts washing dishes.
Yeah.
And she does her voices and just goes completely insane.
Yeah.
But then the blonde chick just snaps her out of it. Does that ever happen to you?
Yes. I've spent all night working on Project University, not eating anything, and I would like be totally brain dead. And then I remembered I bought like a Mars bar or something, ate it, and felt a lot better. Just need some sugar in the brain, you know?
I don't think that's ever happened to me. I hope it never happens to me. It doesn't sound very fun.
It's not.
So moving on to World Trigger. Episode 3, Osamu Mikuno's ability. His ability.
I don't like this show.
Why don't you like this show? I really like this show.
In light of everything we're watching, this show is subpar.
Why you gotta be a hater?
I'm not a hater. I just have
The show's
time.
pretty good.
It's not. The art style's not that good. It's not that exciting. I knew exactly what was going to happen from the beginning. Osamu's going to get wrecked. Yuichi's going to come in and save him and be a better guy. And then the crew's going to come in or whatever. And, you know, Osamu's going to be lifted to a high position when he doesn't know what to do. It's a classic trope. What am I supposed to, like, come on. It's not exciting. I don't like this World Trigger.
It's coming from the guy who always says, I want the classic shonen.
Yeah, look, this
is your classic shonen.
No.
You got what you
One
wanted.
Piece, Naruto, those kind of grand adventures
This
are
is
my
the
classic shonen.
exact same.
Hunter x Hunter, no, it's not. I like fantasy shonen.
How is this not fantasy?
What the heck is this? This isn't fantasy.
Aliens coming out of nowhere?
I don't like those kind of sci-fi alien weird, like, I don't know, man. This feels like it's been done before, and it has. And I don't like it. I don't like it. After 3 episodes, if it wasn't for this podcast, I'd want to drop it.
I really like World Trigger. I like where it's going.
Yeah, but you read the
like all
manga. It's
characters.
different.
I didn't read that much of it.
I don't want to watch it anymore. I just don't think it's that good.
This silence, though.
If I'm not gonna watch it next week, and if you tell me a good enough recounting, I might continue.
I don't know if I'm going to bother recounting it. I'm a lazy bastard.
Why don't we just drop it? Nobody's even commented about it.
I'm not going to drop it. I'm
No,
watching it.
you watch it, but let's not talk about it on podcast anymore.
Maybe.
Okay, fine. We're gonna stop talking about World Trigger. Who's gonna stop us? Okay, we're moving on.
Me.
Well, aside from you, I want to hear if the fans actually want to hear us talking about it.
Look, 2 fans actually bothered to name a fly. That's as much as you're going to get.
I guess
We
so.
didn't even talk about this yet. We barely said anything.
It's because there's nothing that happened. It was
Someone's going to get stripped of his rank.
No, he probably isn't. You know when fluorescent lights get really loud when it's uncomfortable?
It was really uncomfortable when you disconnect from a league match and it becomes a 4v5, but we do better without you because you're not feeding anymore. And then you come back and you instantly feed again. And then one of our teammates says, why do you even bother coming back?
That's why I only play League once a week. I recover from the depression that ensues. I get so...
This was a good episode. I like the action. I like watching Yuichi kick all kinds of ass.
Yeah, it was great.
I really like the outfit he got by wearing Osamu's trigger.
Yeah, it was really original.
So I'm going to watch Hunter x Hunter, and I'm going to take the fattest shit on that anime.
Good luck. Honestly,
I highly doubt that
good
anime
luck.
does everything originally.
Good luck. If you watch...
I'm not watching that anime.
If you watch
I don't have time
the
for it.
whole thing, you will eat your words with a silver spoon.
Bullshit. I can find the crap in every single anime.
Can't.
There isn't a single anime that's perfect.
Good luck.
Name an anime, I'll tell you something that's crap about it.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist?
Brotherhood.
It drags.
It does.
It drags horribly.
Hunter x Hunter might do that too, but but it's classic shonen where it kind of drags forward in periods with fight scenes and stuff.
Man, it kind of reminds me of World Trigger in that regard.
No, it doesn't. World Trigger, their suits are freaking stupid. What are they? Space janitors?
I'm not talking about Osamu's. I'm talking about Yuma's.
Yeah. What's he?
Yuichi's, I mean.
His looks like a black space janitor suit.
The other one that he got, Space Janitor.
What?
When he got Osamu's, he got that sweet jacket.
No, it was pretty much Osamu's, but black.
It was cooler.
No, it wasn't. He was like the
I don't know why
superior.
you're hating so much.
He was a superior space janitor.
Isn't Hunter x Hunter the anime where the guy wears a stupid green jumpsuit?
That's his outfit. Isn't Naruto the anime where the guy wears an orange pumpkin suit?
It's pretty
the whole time?
dumb, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's classic, like, whatever. Hunter x Hunter was made in...
I think Luffy has the best outfit shown in
he
Heroes.
does. And it changes.
It doesn't look retarded.
It changes, though.
Once.
No.
Because he had a time skip.
No, he wore the blue and yellow vest sometimes, too.
That's true. So he's changed twice in total.
Don't mess with me, man.
I read the manga, I kind of
World
forget.
Trigger is so low on my interest list right now. Whenever it comes up, I let out the biggest sigh. It was the last thing that I caught up on this week. I don't, whatever.
I don't know why you don't like it. I really like World Trigger.
It's weird, man. It's just, it doesn't click with me. I don't find the excitement. I think the CG monsters are gross, even though they were
It's true.
fully hand-drawn.
What?
at some points in
They
this
were?
battle. Yeah. But, I mean, I just can't handle the generic setting, and even if they go to another world, I don't care about the characters.
By generic setting, do you mean high school?
Yeah. See, I'm a fantasy guy. I like fantasy worlds with fantasy adventure, and you know this, world scope. I like scope. At this point, they've been stuck in a city for 3 episodes with a faded-out building in the back. And, high school. I freaking hate high school, man. I told you this. I don't like high school anime.
Speaking of high school, Celestial Method, episode 3, Where Memories Live.
This series is interesting.
This is so cute.
It's really cute.
I did not expect Noelle to be the saucer. I expected her to be an alien, but her being the physical avatar of the saucer is kind of weird.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't really expect that either. I thought she was like an alien. Well, I assumed she was an alien based on the fact she hadn't aged.
Yeah.
But then since she hadn't aged, maybe that could have given us a hint that it was a saucer, but whatever. It's not like you can just guess that.
So, who's the girl who
The emo chick?
who slapped her? What's her name? It's like Takahashi or something?
Yeah, something like that.
It's not, that's,
Probably
I'm totally
not.
wrong with
Let's
that.
do Headphone Chan.
Okay, so Headphone Chan. I've had the exact same conversation that Headphone Chan had with our main character, Nonoka, where she said, call me by that name again and I'll slap you.
Oh,
So-
dude, it was so wrecked when she got slapped.
I've had that conversation, and this is how it went. Except it was between 2 guys and not 2 girls. And I can't remember what I called this guy. I didn't call him by his first name. I think I called him a brat because he was annoying me. This guy was also a year older than me, or 2 years older than me. This is when I was like 8. I was a kid. But here's the thing. I was a big kid. And this guy who was older than me was also a big kid. So I called him a brat, and he said, call me that again, and I'll hit you. So I called him again. Because here's the thing. I am not a passive person. I'm a very confrontational person. That's not changed my life. So he tried to slap me, and then I don't know how to make this sound not stupid. I deflected it. I guess I slapped his hand out of the...
Yeah, you blocked it.
Yeah, that's a good word. I blocked it, and then I slapped him in the face.
Oh.
And then he just looked at me really shocked, and then he kind of walked away. So when I see Headphone Chan, I get really angry because I see how passive Nonoka is, and I'm like, Nonoka, slap this bitch in the face. Holy shit, just tell her off. If a girl or a guy is standing, I'm standing and watching the ocean, it's really nice and pretty, and then I hear, why'd you bother coming back? And then I see them leave, I grab them by the arm and say, what did you just say to me?
Yeah, I'm not that, but she's passive. That's what she is.
I know, but it's annoying. That's the only thing about this anime that I don't like right now.
I don't like
how
the
passive
stupid.
she is.
I don't like the stupid. Oh, he can't. It's been my biggest issue with anime is he can't remember his childhood.
But she remembered. Didn't take that long. What?
Who forgets that crap?
Her mom died.
Ko got over it.
Oh my god.
It's not like Ko forgot
That's
it.
so mean.
It's not like Ko forgot everything either. It's like,
Oh.
I can't remember my past in middle school because my mom died.
But Ko was a lot older. She was a kid.
I guess, but it's just I hate that trope. It's such a plot advancement.
Here's the thing. There's 2 reasons why she forgot. First of all, her mom died, so that occupied her mind. Second of all, she had to move to a different city, join a different school, and she had to dive into that life.
I guess so.
So that takes you over, and then you don't think about your past anymore. And eventually, you're just going to forget it because new things keep happening.
I want to do orienteering. Looks fun.
It does look like fun, doesn't it?
Going to the checkpoints, having teams and stuff.
Same with, it happened in Blue Spring Ride too. I really wanted to, I would like to do that. It looks like fun.
Oh, they did do it in Blue Spring Ride, yeah. So this episode,
I don't really want to end the orienteering putting my head down on a table and then a girl sniffing my hair randomly.
Yeah, that's not really nice.
It's pretty awkward.
I like how it's become apparent that Nonoka is a hated person because all the group of friends hated her because she pretty much
It's her fault.
tricked them to band together, called the officer down, and then she left the next
She
day.
didn't trick anybody. They willingly did it.
Yeah, but they feel like they're tricked. That's the thing.
With that one girl does.
And-
Headphone Chan.
So does the other girl. The other girl who is like the all gung ho. She was like, "Oh, I remember that girl
Yuzuki?
from long because she hates the saucer,
Yeah, she hates it, but I don't think she feels tricked.
but she feels frustrated the girl called it down."
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think they called it down together. Remember? Because they said, "Oh, whatever."
Oh, right. They tried it and it didn't work.
And then she did it herself.
Oh.
And then there's the brother who just, I don't know, he's just chilling. So
I don't think he cares.
it's a really pretty anime. I'm not gonna lie about that.
It's gorgeous.
It's really cute, and the storyline doesn't really have much going for it. I mean, it definitely has an Anohana feel, but Anohana had the depressive side going for it, which made it interesting.
So speaking of depressive, there was something that I read about Your Lie in April that is absolutely rings true, and that comment said, "I know that eventually this anime is going to hurt me, but I can't stop watching it." And that's exactly how I feel about that and Celestial Method. I know eventually they're going to get sad, and they're going to get really sad, but they're so good that I have to keep
can't
watching.
stop. Yeah. Celestial Method's going to do that. It's going because you said it's got a bunch of tones, man.
Yeah.
It's going to get real
Dark stuff, heavy things are going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to get real heavy real quick.
All right, moving on to the Fruit of Grisaria, episode 3, Sweet Diet.
I'm still watching this, you know?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I figured you would drop it by now, honestly.
It's funny, interesting,
Isn't
and
it?
the fan service is skippable.
It's got a really good Clannad feel in terms of its comedy.
Yeah, and the main character.
And the main character is so solid.
Is a sarcastic, hilarious person.
I love it. He's like, are two people having sex outside in broad daylight? And then the first thing he says is, put a tarp down at least.
Who thinks of that? What are you worried
It's
about?
so ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. And then he just goes on iPad, yeah,
Oh my goodness, that was so freaking funny.
It was great. And then she's like, so you like her right now? It's not your fault. How does that mean yes?
Oh my goodness.
How did she see
that whole scene just... Oh my goodness, it made me laugh so hard.
The great thing about that scene is that it came out of nowhere. It had no place in the story and it added nothing to the plot. But it was so
It was
funny.
hilarious, and it made him real.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought he was like this perfect guy who could handle all the problems. No. And he's like, lack of sleep is not a good idea. Sleep is important. Sleep is important. He's like freaking out because of the stupid wolf dog, like, pouch. Oh my goodness. What a good scene. Really good scene. And then it showed a little bit about his master not showing up or not being around anymore.
Oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
I love how he shut down Amane so hard. But I also like how forefront Amane was. Well, I mean, minus the fact that she was one, naked in his room, two, played footsie with him. Ignoring those two facts, the fact that she just straight out said, I want to be your girlfriend, was pretty good. And then he rejected her in a pretty good way.
Mm-hmm. Very mature. I think all the characters are coming together pretty well. Like Komine the maid, funny little scene with the pouches, right? Michiru and the cat, I don't really know.
I feel like this episode he became closer to Michiru because she was following him around more.
Yeah. And
she saved him with the pouch.
Yumiko is completely silent again. Hasn't really been talking.
No, she talks.
She talks
occasionally,
and it's not as stressful. That's true, but she still hasn't opened up that much.
It's probably gonna go each episode. He befriends a different girl and gets closer to them.
Classic, like not classic, but it's very key feeling.
Yeah,
it's very well done, beautiful, and I love the letterbox. I think it looks great.
It looks really good.
Like it makes it so cinematic and beautiful. Plus, they're doing a lot of good imaging and all that stuff afterwards.
I love how Makina copies his way of talking now. Mm-hmm. That's great. It's so funny.
Just like completely rude.
She's so mean.
It's like, when did you become so mean?
One thing I don't understand about Amane is that after she gets rejected for being a girlfriend, how is the next logical step make me your older sister?
Anime?
That doesn't help.
I don't know what the girls think they're getting from being an older sister. Nothing really is gained. I think it's uncomfortable. It puts a lot of blockages there, unless of course siscon things happen. Then
it's weird. I can understand it in the theory that you do similar things that a girlfriend would do. You make him meals. You might help him with homework. You guys would hang out, I guess.
I think what it is that Japan loves incest and really wants it.
I think that's way too general.
Okay, fine. A portion of anime watching people love incest.
You are definitely not wrong when it comes to that.
And so that's why they put it in there. It's because we're like, well, what does his sister have anything to do with it?
But it's not incest. She's not his sister.
Yeah, I know, but they like the feeling of it, the pseudo-incestual relationships. Remember we talked about this?
What anime made me really angry about that? It involved planes and a guy whose name was Kal-El.
I don't remember.
Princess and the Pilot? No, that's the movie.
Pilot's
Love Song.
That was a good movie. That was a bad series. That CG that just wrecked their budget at the end.
The planet blowing up. Oh, I don't want to think about this stupid anime. I hate it.
If you want to feel how, if you want to hear the most rage that Raj Preet has ever produced in a podcast, listen to our Pilot's Love Song.
It's like episode 4 or something. I was so mad. I'm still pretty.
But it was a full podcast devoted to Pilot's Love Song.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm. That was back in the glory days when we only did one at a time. That were the good old days.
when we did series reviews for every episode.
When we had more time.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Grisaria, still good. Loving it. Want more. Oh god, what's this? Okay, next episode, Log Horizon, episode 3, The Abyssal
Wow, this
Shaft.
is a fat, good chunk of anime here.
They finally have talked about raids. Raids are such an enormous part of MMOs, and they finally have addressed them. Log is really good at explaining MMO terminology and things that go on in MMO to non-MMO players. Spencer isn't an MMO player.
No.
I am. So things like the Holy Trinity, classes, subclasses, stuff like that, raids, I know all about that. Spencer doesn't, and this does such a great job of explaining
I know,
it.
I am not confused in the least at what's going on.
It's really nice, and the way they portray a raid, as in the way they're fighting it, is so accurate, and it's so real.
Real, yeah. Like, they fight, learn and that's how, like, even Tales of Xillia a little bit.
That's how we play Tales of Xillia.
Yeah, exactly. We have the support and everything. We fight. We know the patterns. Like, we're analyzing, when he flashes, that's when we go, when we run. And then, that one boss we were fighting forever, and we finally beat him up? Oh, he was so OP.
Yeah.
He wasn't even the main boss. He was just Rowan, wasn't
Yep.
he?
It's because we're playing on hardest difficulty.
Yeah, it's just fun that way. It's fun to learn your enemy and beat him after, like, exhausting all of your options.
I really liked, I really like how this raid isn't just going to take an episode or two. I like how this can take months and months on end, even though they don't have the supplies for that. I like how William is slowly figuring out that Shiro is way too powerful way more powerful than he should be.
I like Naotsugu being sad that he can't call it 9. He's like, oh, feels bad, man.
I like how Tetra's like, Shiro's feeling sad. Should I show my panties? This girl's a bro.
She is a bro, but Akatsuki's curse is.
I love that. That's a thing. That's
Akatsuki's curse is strong.
Also, everyone needs a friend like Naotsugu. The kind of friend that knows when you're suffering when nobody else does. Mm-hmm. That's a good friend. Those guys are ridiculously good friends.
Well, there's only 2 members of
the Tea Party?
Log Horizon. There's only 2 members of Log Horizon in the raid right now, and so
him and Naotsugu.
Yeah, they're the only 2.
I brought you boys a little treat.
Hello.
Hey, Graham.
What are you doing?
Have a seat.
Why?
We're
oh my god. Looks like cozy down there.
We were just doing our podcast.
Okay.
That's the list of things we're talking about.
A podcast. So you're discussing
anime.
Oh, anime. Okay.
What's that, Graham?
This is banana chocolate chip bread.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Is that what you were baking up there?
Banana chocolate chip. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's amazing.
Do you know that
And
existed?
there's very little sugar in it. This banana sweeten it.
Oh.
Did you use the rotten bananas like I did? Like the black ones? Yeah.
Well, I put them in the freezer.
Mm-hmm. See, I told you that's what it's for.
I'm sorry, I've never made banana bread. I didn't know.
I made banana bread for you once.
You did. It tasted really good.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks, Graham.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
I'll visit later. We'll have tea.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I could have tea with my grandma.
Where's your grandma?
Not alive. My grandpa isn't much of a tea drinker.
No. I didn't see this before.
Are you okay, Spencer?
I'm okay. We're actually still recording.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so?
Because we were trying to hope we could play it off as a little bit of a a situation that occurred. I didn't know how to say.
That was pretty funny.
Thanks, Graham.
I'm not gonna lie. Thank you for the banana bread.
You're welcome.
Love you, Graham.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Crazy guy.
Can we please keep that in?
Yeah. Oh, I was actually burning red. So embarrassed.
Your grandmother just interrupted our podcast.
I love when my grandma visits.
That's so funny.
My grandma's the only person who, when knocking once and no answer, would barge right in. I love it.
It's like that episode of Fairly Odd Parents. I'm respecting your privacy by knocking on your door, but it's asserting my authority by coming in anyway.
Okay, like
I'm gonna have some of this bread.
One of the times when I was working a lot and I would have like an hour between my shifts to just relax at home.
Dude, this banana bread's amazing.
I know, my grandma is amazing. Like she's so good at baking stuff. Like, so I have an hour to go home I know my grandma will come visit. I'll actually purposely lock the door and shut everything down when I know she's coming. And I feel really bad about that, but I mean, I gotta have my alone time. She likes to visit. You know, it's different times for different things.
Makes sense.
So that was my grandma, and she pronounced anime properly.
She did.
I don't know how much you're gonna hear from like the echoes from the hallway, but you crazy guys.
That was something.
That was something else.
Log Horizon.
Log Horizon.
I don't understand why Demikos is really mad that Shiro is helping him, other than maybe the fact that he doesn't want to be helped by the guy he wants to beat.
He got embarrassed. Shiro completely embarrassed his manly pride.
I guess. This guy's way too prideful for his own good.
Dude, have you seen him? So I like the bosses. I like the way they look. I like that they focused really hard on one boss, and then the second boss they kind of glazed through, and then no bosses. And they're like, we're running out of supplies. I like that.
I like that supplies are a thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Having trouble there, bud. This anime's good. It always is. It's just how Log Horizon is. It rarely has a bad episode. The only issue with Log Horizon, and I've said this before, is that episodes rarely ever go from good to great individually.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see that happening anytime soon. It does look like Akatsuki's going to get wrecked soon, though, with that monster coming into the city.
Yeah, that beast guy? Tobey just landed on my hand. It's weird. I'm excited. Log is just continually going up.
Especially, you watched the opening, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of the opening where Akatsuki's lying in the streets of Akiba, dead.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I like how Shiro said, I've never died once. Still holds true. When his team gets wiped, he's still there, and he's like, retreat! He refuses to die.
Well, he doesn't want to lose any of his memories.
Yeah, it's true.
He's probably one of the most important people to not lose memories.
Well, he'll lose memories of the real world. Which
I like how some people think
matter.
that the memory loss is like a lie, like a rumor.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, it makes sense. No one would just believe that right away, right?
Also, you can't remember what you've forgotten. So.
Exactly. So
Krusty was just lucky. Like he remembered the fact that he had a cat, but he can't remember what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on, which was the best episode this week, easily. Chaika the Coffin Princess, episode 3. This is a really long title. The Harbor of Phantom Dreams Recollected. Sound makes absolutely no sense.
Holy crap.
Chaika turned it up to 11 this week. This felt like an episode that was right before the finale. This was so good. We had immense tension between teammates. Teams breaking up. We had huge reveals in islands and stuff. Chaika going out on her own. Our main character's almost dying. It's just crazy
the
stuff.
Kraken?
Yeah, a Kraken.
They released the freaking Kraken in episode 3. How are they going to keep up with this?
Unbelievable. More dragoons.
Frederica getting her wings ripped off?
Frederica gets wrecked too often in this anime, and they only do it because she always comes back. It's like the Superman thing, where if in the first season of Justice League, the animated series, they would have Superman get put out of commission instantly so that he wouldn't win. Like, he wouldn't beat the episode right away. He'd have to do something first.
They did that in Bleach, like you said.
Yeah, they would do that in Bleach too. So, I don't like that they do that. This is the third time it's happening. Oh, God. It's the third time that's happened. My words are failing me here.
Frederica's done pretty much nothing in this series.
Don't want it to happen again. She doesn't do anything until the finale comes. And it's really annoying.
I really like this series a lot. I keep drawing parallels between Chaika and Bahamut because they're very similar in regards to what they're doing, the people they have. They both have white-haired main girls. Pinkish. Hers is rose hair.
How the hell is Rose even similar to what?
It's a light rose, pinky kind of white. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That was a weird yawn. I find that it's very...
That was a yawn?
Yeah, I don't know. More like a moan. I like him. I like them both. And I kept saying, Bahamut's going to overcome. But then this episode comes out of Chaika, and I'm like, never mind. Chaika is just so consistently good as a series that involves action, humor, great character building.
Oh my God,
and
the
that
humor.
Reveal. He's alive.
I knew it. I totally called that Gillette was alive.
But why is he there?
He was probably saved by that hero.
Hmm.
Or maybe he was saved by the ninja.
Well, I thought he would die. I thought he would be dead, actually.
So I like that they're he's pitting them against each other, the two saboteurs. Toru's going to have to fight the guy who taught him how to fight. And the way I see it's going is Toru's going to get his butt kicked because they both can go blood iron, right? So Toru's going to get his butt kicked. He's going to make the Dragoon Cavalier pack and he's going to kick butt. That's how I see it, that fight ending.
I'm just thinking, sorry, I'm listening, but that was the classic man living in his parents' basement situation.
What do you mean?
What happened with the grandma?
How was that? What do you mean?
You mean like the guy in his basement having serious anime talks with his friend, then grandma comes
Yeah,
down and
that's
says,
true.
"Honey, I made you some cookies for your friends. Do you mind if I do the laundry?" Like the classic, did you watch the new Monster University?
No.
Oh, there's one scene.
I heard it wasn't very good.
Oh, it's fantastic. I don't really know what they're thinking. Anyways, there's this one scene where they're initiating the two main characters in the basement, like for their Kappa club thing. And it's really dark, it's really serious, and all of a sudden the mom comes downstairs and starts like, "Oh, don't mind me. Are you doing your little play thing with your friends?" And they're like, university. Then she's like, "Can I just do laundry?" And then she turns on music and starts doing laundry, and as she's doing laundry, she's like dancing and wiggling her hips and stuff, and everyone's like, "Ugh," 'cause she's like this bigger woman. It's pretty funny. Anyways, I just found that funny, so. I like when my grandma visits, though. It's nice.
She's a really nice person.
Mm-hmm.
She waved hi to me when I was walking into your house.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how she knew you were here.
Yeah.
Hence the 2 pieces.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have given me 2 pieces.
Oh.
Makes you fat.
Okay, Graham. Thanks. How'd you like my grandmother's dead comment?
Oh.
Dude, I broke you there.
She didn't know what to do. She was,
I didn't expect her to ask me that.
where's your grandma?
She's not alive.
Oh my gosh.
To me, that was absolutely hilarious, and I thought that was a great punchline. The rest of the room didn't.
Oh, I was laughing. I just had to turn
Oh, were
away.
you?
I wasn't weeping. I was like, but I was trying not to reveal that we were recording still, just for her embarrassment.
That was so funny.
I wanted to get her as a guest on the show.
Ugh.
We should show her a clip of like an anime and ask her what she thinks.
So Chaika totally ended on a cliffhanger. And I hate that because I really, 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 really want the next episode right now.
Really. So, oh yeah, and Red Checker's team ended up on a boat with Akari and Toru.
I don't know why, but I like Red Chaika better than regular Chaika right now.
You always did.
I did?
Yeah.
I did?
Yes.
Huh. I guess nothing's changed then. I thought I always like... She's in my wallpaper right now.
Yep. You liked Red Checker way better than White Checker.
I don't know why. I guess it's because she's more bloodthirsty. What was that?
I don't know. Is that you?
No. I didn't get a notification or anything.
Is your sound on? That was weird.
Huh. Weird sound. So Chaika, absolutely fantastic, as always.
Set the bar so high, it's ridiculous.
And I can't wait for next episode.
And unfortunately, we have to talk about this next series.
Sword Art Online, I didn't get the episode number for some reason because I'm dumb. The Queen of the Lake.
16.
16, thank you very much.
I think.
Queen of the Lake. I have to figure out a way to talk about this anime without saying anything bad about it, and that's not going to be easy. So basically,
15, sorry. My
15.
bad.
Yeah, you're close. So basically, my dog Lucas is afraid of fireworks, and when he's afraid, he just comes and sleeps into my room. And I'm totally not buying time while I'm talking on Facebook Messenger. I'm just telling a story because I really like it. And I get really annoyed that he only sleeps in my room when he's scared of things, because any other time, I even let him sleep in my bed, which nobody else lets him do. But no, he's too afraid. He's like, this is the room I go to when I'm afraid. It makes no sense. And it makes me really annoyed.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what I really liked in Akame Ga Kill?
We're not talking about that. We're talking about Sword Art. Okay, so basically, we're back in Elf World, which is an improvement over Gun Gale, honestly. But here's the thing. Every single character in his party, aside from Shinon,
What the heck
sucks.
was with the stupid rainbow-colored background cutoffs of all the girls that happened?
What do you mean?
It happened like 3 times. Like when he was playing around with Shinon's tail, she went, and it like zoomed in on her butt, and it was like, and then it
Oh, that's what you mean.
that was stupid. I'm not watching it anymore. I'm dropping it.
Oh, really?
I'm dropping it. Nothing about this next series interests me. Their whole party is complete garbage, filled with girls who are addicted to the stupid Kirito. It's just, I'm done. I don't want to watch Sword Art Online.
His
anymore.
entire harem
I'm deleting it.
is, I don't know, this is weird.
It's just garbage, man. What the crap? Why are we watching it? I don't want to. I don't even want to talk about it. I
guess I don't have to say anything bad about it if you're going to do it.
It's just the plot is ridiculously stupid. Of course, Kirito would stumble upon the only quest that no one's ever done. of course there's a bunch of girls. Of course Shinon becomes some stupid, like she was a great character. Now she's garbage.
Shinon, why?
Because she became like some completely cutified, fox-eared lover of Kirito. She's just another girl in the crowd now. Everything that made her unique is completely gone. She's just another sassy harem participant, and it's not even interesting anymore.
She's the only one that... No, that's not true. Elizabeth is also sassy.
She's what made her awesome is gone, and I don't care.
The fact that she's not a sniper anymore.
I don't care. What, does she want to be a archer sniper? What is she, Legolas? I don't care.
It's the closest thing that world has to a
I get
sniper.
it. I get it. I just don't care. I dropped it, so you're gonna have to talk about it by yourself. Good luck.
Man, you're on a dropping spree this week.
Well, of course, we're at the third episode mark, and I put up with Sword Art Online because I like lightsabers. But the fact is, every freaking time they even in the opening, they're having scenes from Sword Art Online. Yeah, that's the best part. Whenever they show stuff from Sword Art Online, it was good. Remember when it was called Sword Art Online?
I saw something on Reddit.
Not
yesterday.
AOL Online or AOLOE.
ALO.
You've got mail.
I saw something on Reddit yesterday that said, there's a thread, like, what anime do you have to watch? And I knew it was going to happen. I knew someone was going to mention Sword Art. So someone said, Sword Art Online, and then right below, but only up to episode 12. And I was like, that's reasonable. That's very reasonable.
Yep. After that, it just completely shut down in quality.
It's funny because Georgie was the exact same way. He watched up to episode 12 and he's like, I saw the next episode preview and it doesn't look like it's the same anime. I'm like, yeah, don't bother.
It isn't. And even I think the quality of the animation and drawing went downhill this episode.
So
I dropped it.
It took 15 episodes for us to actually drop it.
You're dropping it too?
I'm not going to watch it if you're not going to watch it.
Okay, sweet. I'm done.
It's SAO. It's not. I'm breaking my promise right now.
I was actually more excited to watch Sailor Moon than that every week.
SAO is a garbage anime.
Thank you.
Terrible.
We did our best,
Absolutely
everybody.
terrible.
We did our best. You can go somewhere else to listen to your reviews.
This is the day that Sword Art has defeated us.
Yes.
The one thing I liked about this episode.
We're taking Sword Art offline.
The one thing I liked about this episode is that the quest. It's something I like in MMOs where they have a quest that actually changes the world itself, which is what's going on with them killing all the monsters and crap. Which the monsters, by the way, are super ugly, and I don't know what's wrong with Sugahara for liking them. That's really the only comment I have for this week, and ever for Sword Art.
You know what? You could have not wasted time watching Sword Art Online.
I could have watched Fate Stay Night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm frustrated that you didn't watch Fate Stay Night
I
because
didn't have time.
it was unbelievable. And you know what? I actually remember I watched the first episode of Fate Stay Night back in the day just to try to get into it, but I had no idea what was going on. This, for some reason, made it so much easier for me to understand, even though it's the same thing. It might be the updated art style. I don't know what it is, but...
Before we talk about that, Akame Ga Kill, Kill the Puppets, also up to episode 15.
So good.
This was really good.
This is good stuff. This one makes me sit down and say yes.
So this episode made me jolt in my seat. For one reason only, and you know exactly why. It didn't make me jizz, it made me jolt.
Oh, I misheard you.
Maybe jizz later. So
Would you pause it on Estep?
was she even in this episode?
Yeah, she appeared once.
Okay. No, she's not that hot. It's when Leon lost her arm.
Oh, yeah.
Because I jolted up, I was like, no. Because Leon is one of two female characters that I care about in this anime. Her and Esteth are the only two I care about. And I actually like all the main characters except for all the male characters except for Lava. Go away, Lava, you suck. So I got really worried.
Yeah.
But you know when she was like, she was yelling and like, she was holding her arm
I thought
out?
she was going to grow it again.
Like Piccolo, right?
Yeah.
It was like Piccolo. And
Nope.
even all the comments were like, dude, I thought she was going to pull a Piccolo.
Yeah,
was
but
gonna
she...
regrow.
But because
stopped
she
the
can
bl-
heal, right?
She stopped the bleeding with her own muscles, which reminds me of Bleach. So there's this part in Bleach where, do you remember who Ikaku is? He's the guy with the spear.
No.
Okay, so Ikaku's fighting a guy, and the guy dislocated his shoulder with a punch. So Ikaku flexed his bicep so hard that it popped his shoulder back in. And then it was so badass, and the only line he said was, "Udia!" And then he's like, "Yeah!" And he's like so proud of himself, and then he punches the crap out of that guy, and I'm like, that is the manliest thing I've ever seen.
Poor guy, though. Now the arm will never be the same way. It'll pop out for every little thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how it works?
Yeah.
It was really, and, God, I forgot what I was going to say. If Leon dies, I will rage. I will legitimately rage at this anime because I cannot lose that girl.
She won't though.
She's my waifu.
She's pretty good.
She's best
Pretty
girl.
cool. So, what happened with that explosion?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot
Oh
about
my
that.
gosh. Is that just take out Leon and... Well, can't take.
It'll at the very least it'll take them out of the fight. I think.
Akame has plot armor because her name's in the title.
That's true. I don't like Akame. I'd say it every week, but I don't
I like her.
Akame.
I think she's good. Decent. Not the best, most colorful character, but at least she's something. I like the new girl.
She's so boring.
The
Kurame?
Yeah. No.
Chelsea?
Yes.
I like Chelsea too. She was really tactical about how she helped Tatsumi. Also, Tatsumi totally pulled an Aniki and cut the guy in half, which was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that. But I like how Chelsea's like, I'll make him take responsibility for making me feel this way.
Because she loves him.
Yeah, it's cute. It's super cute.
What happened with Esdet? Did they realize that something was wrong?
Yeah, Estes realized that it was a trap.
Oh, because there's a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
But they're going to get wrecked.
Well, they're going to get wrecked instantly, and then she's going to run back. So racing gets a clock here.
Wow. Meat shield.
Yeah, pretty much.
Poor guys.
They have to... I was really... How do I put this? Susanoo's too cool. It's like unfair how awesome he is. Even Tatsumi's like, Susan, why'd you get so cool?
His new form is unreal.
It's boss. And then, speaking of boss, the boss said if I use it 3 times, I'm dead. So she's got 2 uses left. Definitely going to use one against Estef.
Speaking of 3 times, that's exactly like Fate's Day Night. I'll explain that later.
She's gonna die. Even Laba. Laba set a death flag for her.
Yeah, she's going to die.
He said, once this battle's over, maybe I'll tell her how I feel.
Yeah.
You just set a death flag for
You
her,
know what?
dude.
The reason that we know those are death flags, for those of you that are confused, is because they put out hope for the viewer in order to get that hope dashed and make you feel something. That's the reason.
Yeah. The death flags are real.
Yeah. So, really great episode. It was a good fight.
So much good action. Did not expect the flamethrower to explode. That was out of nowhere.
Poor guy. I like his family and everything. You know?
I feel sorry for Wave because he got wrecked so hard that he can't even move.
Oh my gosh, he got owned.
And the thing about Wave is, even Kurame, because she was thinking about Wave, they're actually friends, like good friends, and they worry about each other. And he's like, I need to help my friend. It's not. It's. I'm reminded about a line I've heard that is that every villain is the hero of his own story.
Exactly.
Wave and Kurame aren't villains.
That's what I said. That's what I've been saying about Akame Ga Kill forever. Is you could watch this from either side.
Yeah.
And then have the reversal switch. Like they could do Kurame Ga Kill. They could release a Kurame Ga Kill.
Yeah.
And play it through without ever showing anything about what Night Raid's doing. And it'd still be a great series. It would just have a huge plot twist where at the beginning of Akame Ga Kill, Tatsumi understands what's going on. Near the middle/end of Kurame Ga Kill, Wave would. And then they would all get together.
Yeah.
So, it could go either way.
Akame is still a really good anime, and it's probably my favorite part of Sundays. I think the Fruit of Grisaria also comes out Sundays, but I like Akame a bit better.
Log comes out Sundays, isn't it? Or Fridays?
It's Saturdays. We've had this conversation.
Okay. Fate's Day Night.
Yes.
I watched Fate's Day Night and my jaw dropped.
I really, really wanted to watch it. I'm sorry. I had to choose 4 hours of sleep over it.
The animation, stunning. Absolutely freaking stunning. The art style, unreal. Fight scenes, off the charts.
I know only
with
one thing
color
about Fate's Day
and
Night.
Beautiful.
And that's at one point somebody says, you dodged my undodgeable attack.
He said that, yeah. No, you lived through my kill attack, pretty much, is what he said. But, okay, so, story in a nut. Do you want me to talk about it?
Yes, please.
Okay, story in a nutshell is Emiya. He was a kid who got caught in a really big fire.
Is that a main character?
Yeah, Emiya.
Okay.
Red hair, really easygoing, caught in a really big fire, and he ends up living at a temple place with this girl named Sakura. I think it's Sakura. Sorry, everyone. I pulled this off of Mal. I don't know if it's correct, but Sakura and this older sister character that sort of acts like Emiya's older sister. So pretty much he wakes up and there's 2 women in his house that aren't related to him, I don't think. And he has to deal with them. The overbearing older sister / homeroom teacher is very crazy. She always comes over for no reason and eats Sakura's food. Sakura, who's really good friends with Emiya, just comes over and cooks for Emiya all the time, trying to suck his knob pretty much the whole time. I do it for you, man.
Thanks, bro.
Emiya, I try to explain it the way you understand. Emiya, it's shown off very early that he has this weird ability where he can like his hands like light up with green veins and he can like transmute metal objects and stuff. Like he has a roll of paper and he's trying to make it harder and change the elements around, sort of like transmutation, but not really. So we go to school. He's living a normal life. We find out that it's like trace on, he calls it. He's able to like look through electronics or any kind of physical thing, find out what's wrong. And so he's pretty much, him and the school council president are friends, and they eat lunch all together all the time. So Emiya's going around during lunch and he's fixing all the heaters because they're all broken and winter's coming. So everyone loves Emiya. He's a really nice guy. He kind of just gets by, does his own thing. But Sakura's brother, who is part of the dojo, probably the kendo club, but he's part of this dojo that apparently Emiya got kicked out from, and they have some bad blood. But Emiya noticed that Sakura was getting beat, had a bunch of bruises, and so he challenged the brother, and the brother kind of dodges it and tells Emiya, how dare you blame me for beating up my own sister, but I could totally use your help, Emiya, go clean up the dojo, see ya, and kind of abuses Emiya's kind-hearted nature. And so at this point, there's a lot of foreshadowing going on. We find out that Emiya got saved from that big fire by like a magician, a magic user or something. So that's probably how he knows the trace thing. So he's cleaning out the dojo like a good old guy, walks out, and all of a sudden, blue and red sparks are flying in the courtyard. And this guy with a huge lance, and this guy with a huge sword, I think that's what it is. I'm trying to find the names here. Their names of these guys are like, oh no, maybe it's a bow. The guy with the lance and the guy with the bow, I believe, are fighting. Red and blue. Fighting. Emiya comes out and they go, hey, who's that? And Emiya just books it. Freaking runs. He's like, crap!
Not a bad idea.
And he's like booking it into the school, like dodging, falling. All of a sudden, stab right through the heart, dies.
What?
So Emiya's dead. And then, he's like, blanks out, wakes up to someone with an amulet saying, I can save this, blah, blah, blah. He comes back to life. His shirt's got a hole in it. He's red. There's like, what the heck, I died. Comes home, nobody's business. Goes into his little storage unit because he's like shaking, so he starts doing some more trace stuff to practice. All of a sudden he hears some noise. The same guy who kills him is back again. He's like, dang it, I didn't do it properly.
What the?
So he's like, oh! So he like tries to harden the piece of paper he's holding, and he managed to do it, and he's fending off the guy barely. And then he does this really cool thing where he unravels the paper and goes like, psh, and like as a shield and blocks it and like books it to the courtyard. And as he's just about to die from the blue guy, that he's called Lancer, I think, he accidentally summons this blonde hair girl named Saber. And Saber fights off Lancer.
How does he summon her?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really know. So he fights off this Saber fights off this guy named Lancer, and he dodges the unkillable attack or whatever. And she's good. He runs away because says, I didn't really expect to fight you, so I don't really want to die. You want to just call it draw? She says no. They fight. And then because he missed his unkillable attack, his master, summoner, whatever, told him to return because he doesn't want anyone seeing it. And I don't know, he's fickle or something. I mean, it's like, what the heck is going on? He's got this weird mark on his hand now, and he doesn't know what's going on. So all of a sudden, Saber's like, oh, there's another buddy. I'll be right back. So she jumps over. She's like fighting the crap out of the red guy who was there before, and he sees one of his classmates behind the red guy. And Saber is clearly outclassing Archer, like clearly the guy that he has.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, stop, and his hand glows, and she is forced to completely stop. So that's the kind of the end of that episode. The next episode, Tosaka is her name, I think. Tosaka? Yeah. And she is controlling Archer, and Emiya controls his Saber. And it's found out that they have a tattoo on everyone's hand with 3 pieces to it, and you have 3 complete commands that you can use on your guy. So you can do an unstoppable command on your servant thing, the little summoner magic thing, like the archer, saber, whatever, and they'll have to obey. He accidentally used one by saying stop, so he has 2 left.
Do these refresh?
No, if you use up all of them, you lose your summon.
What the?
And you like die, or like they could kill you.
Okay.
So these things fight for you. They're actually heroes of the past that were manifested, but they're not like really lame, like Natsunaga or something like that. They're actually like made up characters.
Maybe Nobunaga.
So this whole second episode is a huge explanation episode. Pretty much the fire that he almost died in was the cause of something called the Holy Grail War. Now the Holy Grail War, there's 7 heroes who fight with 7 summoners. He's now one of them. And they fight each other, fight to the death. They try to eliminate all of the summoners. And once you get the Grail, it's like getting the Triforce in Legend of Zelda. You get any wish granted for you. And apparently the last guy who even got to touch the Grail wasn't worthy or something, and he caused this massive fire that wiped out like a third of a huge area of Tokyo or some area, whatever. So his family probably died in that, Emiya. And they talk about all these strategies like, oh, you shouldn't kill, like you can kill the summoner. If you kill the summoner, like Emiya, then their hero dies. So it's the easiest way to do it because the summoner's not really protected. He's just a normal dude. But Emiya's like, is there any way to not kill people? Because he doesn't want to kill anybody. So yeah, you could kill the hero, but then the summoner could have a chance of getting another hero later. So it's just a little uncomfortable, especially if they have the marks left. So there's that. They talk about it. They're learning this from this fake priest guy who's telling him everything. Okay, so pretty much the story is 7 heroes fight each other to death, get the Holy Grail, get a wish granted. Emiya's a good guy, has a bunch of friends he wants to protect, and he thought of getting out of it, but he didn't end up getting out of it. So, but the art style is beautiful. It's just, it's going to be a really good series. And for all of you that have already watched this, and you're like, well, of course it is. Why don't you watch it before? The Fate series is kind of overwhelming to get into.
It hasn't aged well either.
Yeah. So we're excited to have known nothing about this.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what do you think about it after talking about it?
I'm really looking forward to watching it.
It's going to be great.
I knew it would be good because I have friends who watch Fate 69. They're like, this is such a good anime, yada, yada, yada. This is a good remake of it. I just really didn't have the time, unfortunately.
So look forward to it.
I am.
Say there's really nothing. I can't really discuss it with you because by myself I don't really know much to say, and I know nothing of this series, and they're keeping a lot of stuff hidden. So I pretty much talked about everything that I know. Akatsuki no Yona.
No, you missed one. Yuki Yuna is the hero. Episode 3, Moral Poise. We dropped it.
It's gonna go nowhere.
And here's why.
It's gonna go nowhere.
It didn't get any better, but it didn't get any worse. It stayed okay. And due to the sheer amount of good anime we have this season, something that remains stagnant is not worth keeping around. Now, I don't think that this anime is not worth watching. If you're into Mahou Shoujo, I think go ahead, go for it. Spencer and I aren't really into Mahou Shoujo all that much. I doubt I'll ever go back and watch this just because I don't really care for Mahou Shoujo. It's no card captors. But as far as Mahou Shoujo go, I would give it an average rating. But we're not going to talk about it anymore. Anything to add?
No, it was just so mediocre.
Akatsuki no Yona, Episode 3, The Distance Guy. So I got a bone to pick with you, Crunchyroll. You renamed it. You had it named Akatsuki no Yona for the first 2 episodes. And then Episode 3, you decided, we want the English name now, so now it's called Yona of the Dawn. I like consistency in my life, and that was not consistent.
Akatsuki means dawn?
Apparently.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
I didn't know that.
Me either. Akatsuki from Log. That's what I'm thinking of.
I was thinking about Akatsuki from Naruto.
Cool. Good talk.
Cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this episode, the most recent one, is ridiculous amount of flashbacks. Flashback City.
Hawk is way too cool.
Yeah.
This episode has determined that not only is he really cool right now, but he's always been cool, and he will always be cool for the rest of his life. And there's no helping that.
Nope.
He's too much of a boss.
When he was 3 years younger than the present time, like the present timeline, he was a strapping young adult teenager.
Well, he's 16 now, so he's 13.
Yeah. He doesn't look 16.
But no, he doesn't. He looks like he's 24.
He aged ridiculously in 3 years.
He aged really nicely, though.
And when he was 13, he was kind of a go-lucky son of a general who...
Grandson.
Well, technically son. He was adopted.
That's true. You're right.
So son of a general who is heir to the general of a wind tribe. You know, airbender and all. Fire tribe, air tribe. I was like, what?
Okay.
Wind tribe, sorry. So he's that guy. Really cool, really chill. You can tell he has feelings for Yona, of course. But he's overshadowed by Suwon, and he feels like it's the best if Suwon and Yona get together just because of Yona's feelings.
Yeah, there's no point in him interfering because she already likes him.
But you could totally tell from that flashback, especially with the scene with the other
my
general's
God.
son.
Don't touch my princess.
Yeah, don't touch my princess. Mine? Whose?
Yeah, that was really funny. It's not as good as Shut Up and Be Protected, but it's up there.
And you know what? He was just saying that for show, but then when she said, I like him, I love him, I love him, whatever.
It got him.
He blushed.
There was a twang in his heart.
Well, which is why he immediately accepted an offer as to be
Protector.
part of the Protector and be in that environment, which is really cool. But you know what this episode did?
What?
It actually redeemed Suwon for me.
How so?
Because they had such a past together, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Suwon and everyone, and it's really nice, and all their different times they've been together. He seemed like a really innocent kid. You know what? In the first episode when he killed the king, he legitimately screwed up. He messed up. All he was trying to do was take revenge for his dad on his uncle. That's all he was trying to do. It just was freaking chance that Yona shows up in the room. So now, I bet Suwon is killing himself, kicking himself for screwing that up.
He definitely didn't want Yuna to find out.
But now that Yona knows...
Yona. I don't want to call her Yuna.
Well, because Yona doesn't... A word that ever comes up.
I
Yuna
guess.
means moon or something. That's Luna. But Yuna comes up some more times.
Probably because of Final Fantasy X.
Okay, yeah, Yuna, that's what it is. He messed up, and I bet he's feeling like so horrible about himself. And I know you killed somebody, but that kind of goes with the times. You want to usurp the kingdom, whatever. But he screwed up. And that's really apparent and prevalent in this episode about how much he screwed up. You know? And that's why Hawk's like, I hope you're happy with yourself. Hope you're satisfied. You got the kingdom like you wanted. You lost
now I have to kill
everything
you.
else. You lost everything else.
Hawk is going to have to kill him.
Yep.
I don't think... I'm actually not even sure if they will kill him in the series. By the way, King Il, total badass.
Oh my gosh.
Just grabs the sword like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And even Hawk says it best. He's someone who loves peace, but he's no coward.
Mm-hmm. Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
No complaints.
Just doesn't even say anything to Yona or anything as his hand is dripping blood.
By the way, Yona, as a 13-year-old, ridiculously cute. I love what they did with her voice. So cute. And then Yona, even younger, even cuter.
Mm.
It's like, come on, how cute can
Now
this kid
Yona
get?
recent, just complete garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the words of my friend Angelo, I really like Yona of the past. I really like the Yona of the future. I don't like Yona of the present.
Mm-hmm.
Can we please stick with one of them?
So, speaking of the present, we get all these flashbacks to build up the character, to show how Hawk met Yona and how they know each other, all that stuff. Suwon and how bad of a mistake he made, and King Il and all the things that he did, and all this good character building, all that stuff. Then we get back to the present, and Yona is a complete... What the...
That happens sometimes. I don't understand why.
Yona is a complete mess. She's a total zombie. She feels devastated because everything she knew is gone. And I understand that, classic frail princess thing.
Yeah, but please don't let this go on for another
No.
episode.
So she went to the bathing pool, got leeches all over her. He picks them off,
Pretty nice body, not gonna lie.
and then he goes away and he finds her hairpin. And he's like,
He keeps it.
he keeps it.
He hides it from her, and then she goes to look for it, and then she walks into a den of snakes, and the snakes try to kill her. And then Hawk, does the complete badass he is, impales a snake, and then picks her up, runs while getting bitten by these snakes, who may or may not be venomous, you don't know. And he just wraps his leg up like it's nothing, and he even says, bring it on, when they're biting him. And he gives her back the hairpin, and he just says, this hairpin is the only thing that made her actually do something in this forest. And even if that, even though it's her feelings for Suwon that are making her move, I need her to move. So I'll make use of that.
Yeah. Well, he's nervous. If she continues this way,
She'll die.
not only will they be restricted and get caught up to, but she'll die because she's not eating anything due to malnutrition.
Yeah.
So, plus she's completely not smart. And she's panicking.
It's not that she's not smart. She just lost herself.
Well, at least it'll get back to good, because Yona will get, somewhat decent.
I think
with
next
bow
episode
and-
she'll recover at least a little bit, since they're gonna be not in the force anymore.
You know what I liked about Gurren Lagann? I liked that in Gurren Lagann, at the beginning, they showed a flash forward to something that never really happened, but
No, it was an alternate ending.
they showed a fast forward to an ending where people were so hardcore, crazy crap was happening, then it cut away. Never talked about it again. Never discussed it. I didn't even know who that character was.
I completely forgot about that, actually.
Me too.
Until I rewatched the series, I was like, oh yeah, there was a flash forward.
And that's a way that you hype something up. Yona did somewhat similar, except they weren't mysterious enough, I think. They kind of laid it bare. But it's not a bad thing. It's not Tokyo ESP bad, but it's, it's okay.
I think they did it okay, yeah. For now, with Yona, it's more like I just want to get to that faster, because I'm really tired of her being... Wow, this is a long podcast. I'm really tired of her just being broken.
I don't want this to rush, though. And I really hope we don't rush through meeting the...
She's got like 8 guys to build her harem around.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what that hand guy's story is. That's what I want to know.
Probably has like a dragon or something inside of it. I don't know. Maybe he's the son of a dragon.
Anyways, this one surprised us. First episode was butt. Next two were great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it. It still gives me that Inuyasha feeling. And I talked to some of my friends, and they said it the exact same way. It reminds me of Inuyasha.
So
And we all hope it ends well.
at this point, the only on the fence anime between the two of us, not saying both of us completely agree, is
Ushinawareta.
Ushinawareta, and World Trigger.
You already made your choice about World Trigger.
Yeah, I already removed it from my queue. That's it. And today we drop Sword Art Online. Yuki Yuna is the hero. And I dropped World Trigger. And we dropped Ronja. You never even tried.
I'm not willing to.
And I think that's it. Bless you, man.
Thanks.
Well,
And on that sneeze,
on that sneeze.
I'm Roger James Brown.
And I'm Spencer James and Brown.
We'll see you next week with nothing special but another podcast.
Nothing special but time with you and me. Goodbye.
I like boobs.
What? Dude, so do I.
What? No way.
Oh!
Wow.